gonna be a long road trip, isn't it?
We gotta get there and get home, basically. Everything else is covered.
That's where TV, luxury,
Of course, we're gonna take this on. It's a stop. Pick up my stupid brother for freaking from his apartment. And then not only does he have a trash bag, he opens the door and immediately starts driving a billion.
What's up?
Damn police. Them are the biggest chickens I ever seen by food. They smell a passion.
What's up?
Damn police.
What up, Joe?
Sorry.
What's up?
You don't start. Just $1.
I got all your own defence needs. You want a licence too?
I got anything you want. You ever been downtown?
better not do that. And
I did see a few games in here, but they were common ones and overpriced. They tell them, just stay here. Checking out a couple more places here in Texarkana, a couple of more thrift stores, a couple of pawn shops. Not a whole lot.
Oh, there's a Goodwill in town also. Oh no!
Not much luck here in Texarkana.
It's 2 different states. I mean, I'm sure they got some kind of system, wouldn't you think? You would think. Well, New York's like that. It's in 2 states, and so is, what, Kansas City? It's in 2 states, and so is, Kansas City.
Derp.
Is that Pawn Shovel? Yeah, it's on. Kansas City is in 2 different states. Just park right here. I'll be right back. Just stay. Yeah, but it doesn't work. You know that doesn't work. Seriously, what kind of establishment would have the audacity to charge $8 for N64 sports titles?
We're going to these thrift stores and stuff, and I'm going in and basically asking the clerk, hey, you got any old video games? Nope. Okay, thank you. I'm bouncing. I leave the store and I'm waiting outside for 10-15 minutes. I go back in to see where Melville or Billy are, and these 2 freaking girls are sitting there shopping, going through every single piece of clothing on every single freaking rack in the store. I'm like, guys, what are you doing? We got a 22-hour freaking drive. Let's go. I don't care. I'll wear somebody else's overcoat and trousers. I don't care. If I see a nice shirt at Goodwill, I'm gonna, I'll get it. I ain't above that. Every stop, everywhere we stop, both of them. I paid $2 for the suitcase that I bought. Granted, it's not exactly the most modern looking thing, but I mean, it did the job. Better than a plastic bag. Yeah, I'm gonna look at some clothes because I like shopping at Goodwill.
Should have gone through trip. You should have gone through trip. You got some money for the trip. Yeah, no doubt. Why don't we just hit I-20 to Atlanta?
Well, that's like 3 or 4 more hours on the trip.
Well, what's the difference when we're taking 48 to get there anyways?
Gas. When we don't have enough gas money, may not have enough money to get back on the short trip. How much do you think about going the long way? not much left here in Texarkana, so we're just going to drive through Arkansas. There's actually, though, a game exchange in Little Rock.
He's probably using the snacks as a pillow.
I thought he was using the sun blocker thing as a blanket. No, hell no I wouldn't. Just rolled into Little Rock, Arkansas. Getting into town kind of late, about 8:30 or so. So, we love ourselves some game exchanges. It's an amazing chain. One of the few chains that don't actually price gouge. They're not looking there to screw you over. You know what? I'm going to be honest. We ain't walking out here with Jack. Why? We can't afford any retail games right now. That's just the reality of it. But at this point, I just want to look. Why? We can't afford any retail. That's just the reality. But at this point, I just want to look. For the games that slip through the cracks. You know, I'm hoping to get lucky again. I'm hoping to find another gem. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little spoiled. If I go in there and don't find the Flintstones and Dinosaur Pete, I get a little mad. I'm getting dead. Finding that damn Flintstones game.
I like me some cartoon games.
I don't think it's been around very long, so their selection is not that great once upon the titles. Nothing really that stood out, nothing really recognition. We walked in, skimmed the joint over, and now we're heading out. Great store, but we got other places to do.
Is your boyfriend Memphis?
Yes. I want to get as close to DC as possible tonight. Okay, so everyone's tired. Willie and I pull over. Neither one of us are in any shape to drive. We're pulled over here at this truck stop, and
get some wheels to the safe house at St. Mark's.
I'm one of those guys, okay, that it takes me a little bit of time to go to sleep. I'm asleep at this point. And you know when you're right at that point, right at the cusp of falling asleep and losing consciousness. And all of a sudden, from the back seat, not only does it wake Billy up, it wakes me up out of my bed seat. We're here. Hang on, I'm not done. I'm not done. Hang on. We both wake up. Look at each other, I'm like, what the hell was that? Turn around. Look in the back seat. And this stupid SOB is back there just freaking machine gunning them off. Kicking his leg. Like a freaking dog. Okay. Hold on a second. We had our freaking seats laid back, right? Our freaking heads are literally like 1.5 to 2 feet from his freaking ass. It's cold. And that backseat is not very comfortable. Normally he'd be giggling, but no, that little bastard's back there passed out, just counting sheep. I look like Pat in the freaking Packs episode with all this freaking gas around. Now I understand, guys. I apologize, Pat, Jason, John. I apologize. And then I think at that point he was back there starting to wake up. He's like, you two I can't sleep. Why are you guys gonna be noisy? Oh, but he's still gonna get his 19 hours of sleep a day. You know, don't worry about that. He's fine, guys. Don't worry. I can't stay awake. I'm so sleepy. They don't care. So at this point, we're wide awake. We're like, let's go.
In and out in no time.
So when I get tired, I'll pull over. I'm still not gonna be any sleep right now. If this thing is bad. We're in here for 40 minutes and this thing won't stop.
Oh, you can contact the
Yes, it's so cool around the block.
Once we go, we can pay crazy shit.
Oh man, just drive.
22 hours in the car to keep slowing down. Oh, but I guess he means all this. Alright.
Everyone else got their invite from there. I got mine and said, "Dear the Duncan, we will not be going to DC this year. Don't bother showing up at this time or on this day. But we will not be present for undisclosed reasons." And really, guys, a little bit blatantly obvious, but
there's definitely someone in the window. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I need to pee. I'm like, can you wait till there's not security guards walking towards us?
As far as finding the deal goes, no, it ain't happening.
We're in pretty much game heaven right now at this point. The exhibition hall is just full of people selling awesome merchandise. Did you see the early? Everyone knows the U.S. is a big state. Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them. Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games. And give them a proper home in our games. Sun's coming up here in Tennessee, and I gotta be honest, I'm not in the best of shape right now, considering I got like a half second of sleep.
Listen, when I see a sign, I'll look it up. You see a sign? Yeah, for a town. I'll look it up.
We're gonna take a small little detour, maybe like just 10 minutes off the path, and go to Pigeon Ridge, Tennessee. That is home to Dollywood. Dollywood is a theme park. We're not going to be able to go to the theme park, obviously, but this whole entire area is just full of pawn shops and thrift stores and antique stores everywhere.
Antique Castle. Holy crap! Holy crap! How did all this stuff open when it's 9:40?
So we're like, holy crap, we have hit the freaking mother road. We're going to, I sounded so gay just then, didn't I?
This is some stuff, and for some reason, he's got more programs than I do. But, in the transit, listen, pawn shop.
Seems to me like it's one of those places where like there's cameras and they're watching you next door, and as soon as you steal something, they listen to your ass. So we're kind of in and out of these different antique stores, and it's just so frustrating. We just came out of this thrift store. We talked to the owner in there, and the guy informed us that some freaking jerk-off reseller has been hitting everything in the area with his stupid resale shop that he just opened up a few months ago in freaking some backwoods hick freaking town in stupid freaking Tennessee. And I don't care if I'm offending Tennesseans right now, okay? My papa's from Tennessee. I can say it. He's a hillbilly, just like the rest of you motherfuckers.
It's really starting to become frustrating for me, and I'm sure Jay as well is getting to the point where he really wants to lash out. Well, I'm a floating head.
So we're heading on out of Tennessee and coming up on Bristol.
We have found one game across. This is the third state now. We have found one game. I didn't even get that on camera.
Yeah, I'm getting a little agitated because I want to find freaking video games and
We might as well just start collecting other games instead of video games. Well, we got more. I got more toys. I got G.I. Joes. I got GoBots in that game. We got more toys than video games. 3 effing states. One game. Fucking choke chasers is what we are now. We just lost all our cred. We have no street cred now.
We are a little frustrated, but we don't want to give up. We still want to try to win. So we're here at Bristol, and we're searching all up and down the main stretch here, going through each and every antique store and pawn shop and thrift store we can go to.
Bristol, Tennessee / Bristol, Virginia. Another one of those towns that sits right in the middle of state lines. I guess this road trip has been worth it to see 2 towns on one trip that are in 2 different states. Pretty awesome. Other than that, the town had nothing to offer.
Finally, I find something video game related. It's crap.
We just found a game $20 PlayStation.
There are good PlayStations and there are bad PlayStations. This up here, that's a good PlayStation. This down here, not so good. I would even pay over $10 for this immaculate looking PlayStation up here. I'm certainly not going to pay over $20 for this piece of junk.
That's yellow and quite crunchy, actually.
Never, ever, ever pay $20 for a PlayStation that you find at anywhere, but especially an antique store. Don't even pay over $5 for one. Well, of course, unless it comes with a stack of games, so that's a little different, but you get the idea.
I really feel sorry for people around the eastern side of Cleveland. It is a good put up there. As far as finding a deal goes, no, it ain't happening. But we've purposely stayed out of retail shops.
Part of the problem we may be having is just due to gas and time, we're only going to places that are right off the highway. A lot of those places that we're going are actually kind of touristy.
The downtown area was pretty cool, you know, if you're into f***ing crap.
I feel sorry for people in this area looking for video games like at a good price, because it ain't happening.
It's pretty ridiculous when that PlayStation is the best news, you know.
It was on the way.
To the point now that we're just going to call places and only get out of the car if we know they have something.
This is not a good one. You guys have a successful?
So Jay's calling and he's not having any luck whatsoever, and I'm exhausted. I've been driving forever, so he takes over driving and I start calling people.
What the fuck?
What is with this city, man?
Are they just on break? The whole town's on break. Oh, 5:20, and we're going on break.
Not one store on the way to DC has had any virtual games that I've called.
There was not one freaking Goodwill in the whole state of Virginia that had a freaking video game in it, dude. Matter of fact, I was driving and you were calling the people.
There will be old Nintendo games. That's 5 in a row. You didn't hear the first
protection on your boys, man.
What a ride she's gonna be, huh?
I mean,
All right, listen. Get some wheels to the safe house in St.
Well,
Mark's.
you know me in Texas, you go to
The bank
any
and they need to drive. I gave my word that you would have man
I'm ready to
this
meet
up.
up again.
Get him to the bank before 5 o'clock. Not a minute after.
I mean, I've never once seen this many Goodwills before. Nothing.
We called about 18 different Goodwills.
Some of them are even acting like it's just ridiculous for me to even ask them if they have any.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm pissed off, dude. This freaking road trip, this is costing us a lot of freaking money and gas to go to this damn MagFest event and one effing video game, one motherfucking video game the whole time, dude.
I realize that game chasing is as much about the misses as it is the hits, but this is ridiculous. I have never ever come across this much bad luck in the course of a day. I've never gone to this many places and come up this drive ever at any point in the 8 or 9 years that I have been doing this. Oh, that's just the way game chasing goes. Please don't even come at me with that.
You see, I just hit like an Alpha Omega Sin rant about how sorry the generator is and finding retro games are good ones, and you're just gonna keep pushing the issue? Huh? You just keep pushing my buttons over and over and over again. I got this button that says freaking get Jay mad, and you just keep pushing.
At this point, it's just give up time. I mean, it's getting late. The stores are starting to close. Let's just make our way to DC and get there as quickly as possible.
Jake has like $18 to his name. We haven't even gotten to DC yet.
Get to the bank on the main drag.
I have 80 if I'm lucky.
Are you lucky? This is the part you're not. So shout that out.
Is there a casino here?
Oh man, that
Oh, what? No, are you serious? You're gonna go actually bet on money on these street corners and real freaking.
It's not peddling if you're giving
Dude,
us.
hey, we can
Dude, we're providing a service, entertainment.
Hey,
This
just
is not
put a
peddling.
suitcase, put a suitcase down like at the bottom.
Keep the engine running. We'll be in and out in no time.
We're gonna probably do it. You realize that, right?
We need to.
I will dance in the ticker
It's
seat.
no fun if you don't. And you know what? If we make money and you tell us to go and buy video games instead, and we can all get we're out of here the cards in this car,
We just got to Washington about midnight.
The city's beautiful. It's lit up. It looks great. I've never been here before.
Me and Melmore both are really just taken aback by stuff that we've only seen on television. The Capitol, the Washington Monument, Lincoln Memorial, the White House. Our national capital. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, I'm freaking in straight tourist mode right now. I'm geeking out to the max. It's freaking awesome here. This is the front. I recognize it from Fallout 3. There's actually a door around the side. You can come in through the basement.
But you gotta watch out for the super mutant.
Melbourne and Jay are like kids in a candy store at this point. They're really freaking out. Oh my gosh, it's the Capitol. Oh my gosh, it's the Lincoln Memorial. Wow, it's the White House. Whoa.
It was awesome. It was cold, and I had to pee real bad.
After me and Billy do the robot on the Capitol steps, we're walking off. We're still on the Capitol ground, and Melbourne's like, "Hold the camera. I need to go take a leak." He literally gets into the shrubbery on the Capitol grounds and starts taking a leak. I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing? I need to pee." I'm like, "Can you wait till there's not security guards walking towards us?" Come on, man. I don't talk to you better than that.
Yeah, and he didn't look at all suspicious.
But he left one of his
No,
slippery
no,
love
no.
letters for
We're
me.
at war.
Fast,
The
man.
Triads
You
have a
know
fish
what?
factory as a front. Most of their business goes down at the fish market in Chinatown. The laundry still owes us protection. They reckon the Triads are protecting them now, so I say we exact a fitting punishment. Take those boys over and whack the Triad warlords. Hell, if you get a chance, pop some of their
Man, we're
soldiers
sitting
too.
here right in front of the White House. Why the hell the Secret Service has a couple of details? I don't know.
Got some boys?
You know what? I know I see somebody in the window of the White House surfing the web, and that can mean only one of the things.
Was he looking over UFO footage? Maybe. Chances are he was either watching porn or watching the game chasers. I mean, yeah, I know it's bigger than mine, but I'm not impressed with the White House. I thought it'd be a lot bigger. The yard looks like... I could throw football at the front door right now.
Man, it was a blast to get on the side of but honestly, it's late. We are exhausted. So it's time to come to the hotel, which is about 10 minutes away, and go to bed. In the car.
Wait a second.
Listen.
You're in bed right now.
You're going to be thinking of sleeping in the car in Washington, D.C.?
Okay, do you have money for a hotel?
The reservations for the hotel are for tomorrow morning. Obviously, we're here a day early.
I honestly didn't know this until we had gotten to the convention. We were sleeping in the car that day, or that night. And nobody told me. I wasn't too happy about that.
It'll be great. It'll be just like camping.
Apartments are going better than I thought they would. I think we can go check into it.
Magnus is a musical game been going on for about 10 years and celebrates music, video games, a combination of the two really.
Tons of video games to play. Consoles, arcade, yeah, pretty much ones again.
You're posting a comment on Facebook and we're pranking Pat, and you're tagging Pat?
So the first thing we do, of course, at MagFest is prank Pat, because we got him really good at PAX, so we really wanted to get him extra good this time, and he did.
So we just checked into MagFest really. The guys went upstairs first. They put their stuff there. I was walking around, I got my badge for MagFest. So I want to put my backpack and my gear away. So I go up to the room, and who do I see sleeping in the background?
Now this is the...
They thought probably just going like, oh my god, an alien! You're sleeping! This is my reaction, really. This is what happened. Oh, they put an alien mask on.
I think it looks pretty legit, actually. If I can steal a word from 8-Bit Aaron, it looks pretty legit. I think when he walks in, if it was a horror movie, you'd see a quick zoom in and you'd be like, ah!
They'll tuck it out.
Oh, I'm pretty excited. We're gonna get this.
Did you see the alien? I was like, yeah, it was cool.
He ran back downstairs, very frantic and very distraught, if you will.
I think at this point, it's safe to say that Billy, nothing else. But Billy, bless his heart. Oh yeah, Billy, that was really funny. That was really funny. You know, good job. I love pranking people. That's such an easy target. I don't know why, but it was hilarious, and I'm glad we got him. So you know what that means? It means that the Game Chasers are 2, and Pat.
Three and a half states in one video game. I'm ready for some retro games. So what we're going to do is go to the Bingo game first.
Mario Party $30, man. I brought mine out on Mario Party.
We're in pretty much game heaven right now at this point. The exhibition hall is just full of people selling awesome merchandise.
He was just leaning on a box jacket.
That's exactly what I did. That's what calling him out. Hey, I'm gonna put dinner, and then I'll be like, what's my dinner? And then ask me about it.
Hopefully not overpriced. They have outdated with lots of Japanese systems I've never seen in person.
They're all overpriced and out of our price range. It's tantalizing beyond belief. But we're still enjoying every minute of it.
I've seen a couple of things here that I'm going to keep an eye on. I'm not going to bite on them just yet. You know, places like this, we wait around till the last day, and that's usually when people are going to do it.
I don't need to send it. I think you don't trust Barry.
Hey, look, he's doing it.
It's all about the money. I got all your own defense needs.
Yeah, yeah. You got to get caught slipping.
You want a license too?
Oh, dude, yeah, I remember that. It came with the system. We're having a blast here at MagFest. It's going to be an awesome weekend, and I already have my eyes on some things in the deal that I'm going to try to get a deal at some point this weekend. So I better get some games out of this.
All right.
Why?
We're at war. The Triads have a fish factory as a front. Most of their business goes down at the fish market in Chinatown. The laundry still owes us protection. They reckon the Triads are protecting them now, so I say we exact a fitting punishment. Take those boys over and whack the Triad warlords. Hell, if you get a chance, pop some of their soldiers too.
I saw something that made my eyes just go boing, 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 boing.
Go to MagFest, you're going to see Bubble Bath Babes, or Ninja Gaiden 3. It's going to be pricey.
Everyone knows the U.S. is a big state, which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them.
Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games.
Give them a proper home in our game.
So far, having a blast here at MagFest.
I look forward to MagFest mostly because it's a really great chance to meet fans of the show, meet fans of classic gaming.
A lot of the culture at MagFest, a lot of the video game culture, especially the retro culture, does not really exist. It's fun.
This thing is a 24-hour-a-day festival.
Today is the first time we've moved around.
I'm really forward to meeting the rest of the people on retro games. This is the first time that was like a really extended kind of retro arcade in one place.
Get some liquored up, play some video games together.
What I'm looking forward to the most from MagFest is to meet the fans, and as well as meet some of the contributors on the site for the first time. Billy, Jay, I've met Pat and me before. They're okay.
I get to see the Retro TV guys again, including those lovable ragamuffins, Billy and Jay. All day.
Really?
Yeah. Jake and Van.
How you doing? What's your name?
Matt, nice to meet you.
You were looking for us on there? Yeah. Amongst the fans that met us out there, one of them came bearing gifts. All right.
So you got those card games because I don't collect them.
We do.
And then just another interesting item.
Okay. So Hubert, Amindar, yeah, Frogger. Nice. So, oh wow, dude, that's really.
I got this for free from a friend. So I tried to sell them to him, but I didn't really
really cool for him to do that. So with the first day of MagFest, there's not a whole lot of actual events going down. It's the stand-up day.
Mario Kart 64 with the poster. So we're gonna Rogue Squad, Dempsey, and then Poppy. Wow, no, all in the there you go, so you know you always make fun of my age, and I'm not the only one like me, which is fun. Yeah. Thanks, that's fine, I appreciate it. Wait, let's surprise this girl for this event.
He's 14.
The vendors here have got lots of good stuff. There's a vendor who has some import stuff. Things are a little pricey, but you know, of course, it's retail, so you gotta expect that kind of thing.
The vendor room is just full of retro goodness, and there's no disputing that. The only problem is that everybody here obviously knows what they have. One thing that I've really taken a liking to here recently are reproduction carts. And this one particular vendor had a whole table full of them. He had games that never existed, like Super Mario on the Sega Genesis. It's a game that actually recently came out.
I don't need any ID.
He also had a lot of good games that I've always been interested in that never made it to the
all your own defense needs.
He had Sweet Home on the NES, and he actually had Mega Man The Wily Wars on Sega Genesis that only actually came to America on the Sega Channel. Obviously, he's one of the 50, 60, 70 bucks for the games. That's
I don't need any ID.
You're hoping to find Panzer Dragoon Saga or a Snatcher mispriced for $3. Go to MagFest, you're gonna see Bubble Bath Babes. We're usually got 3. It's gonna be.
Of course, everything's retail, but they're still hybrid. One of the vendors had a box full of games that he was giving away for free if you purchased something.
You want to sell this? Yeah, I'll sell it. How much? $5. He watches, so he knows what I'm about to do. I want to say 3, but I'm not going to sell it to you. $3. Sure, I'll do $3.
I'm going to say 3, but I'm not going to sell it $3.
The Triads have a fish factory as a front. Most of their business goes down at the fish market in Chinatown. The laundry still owes us protection. They reckon the Triads are protecting them now, so I say we exact a fitting punishment. Take those boys over and whack the Triad lords.
I don't know, we're going to get a chance.
Pop some of their soldiers too.
Just sitting here, put your shirts on. I can't put my shirts on, look at everything else in. Well, they should be here. Oh, no. You're sitting here, no, it's about that, $3. That's right. That's the best for $3? Uncommon game. Not good. It's going to shoot your head up. So you can't play with $2.
Our duties here at MagFest is we are helping represent and is manning the booth. always nice to meet the fans, people that like your work. You know, meet them, see what they have to say.
It's a great portal for us to engage with the fans, talk to our fans, get some feedback about what they think of the site, what they think of the shows.
It's honestly like the sweetest thing, when they come up to you, and some people are really genuinely, nervous to say hi. We're not even close to any kind of celebrity. I mean, we're of any kind. I mean, we just have stuff on the web. I mean, like videos of hamsters are on the web. We're just dorks.
One more circle around the window today, and I saw something that made my eyes just go boing, 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 boing. Power Magazine. I'm not even talking about the stupid ones from like 2009. I'm like, freaking box game. Retro Nintendo Power Magazine. Yeah.
They're $3 a piece, so you're not gonna find much cheaper than that.
So I'm going through the stack, boom, 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 and I got that one, I got that one, I got that one. Most of the ones I already own.
This one opens up. When I was a kid, I remember looking at this room right here and being like, this would be the awesomest room ever to have.
What's so great about this particular magazine, number 44, is that some stupid little kid didn't whip out and try to make the model of Fox's fighter in Star Fox. You could actually make a little model. I did when I was a kid. This one still has it intact.
Alright, we're in business.
I'm gonna get these two because I know that I don't have these two. So I'm sure at some point I'll be back. Okay, cool. Because this is like a magnet drawing me towards it. Let me $6, right? Yep. Going back? Yeah, I should think about it.
Nintendo Power Magazine is going to make a nostalgia of this. Still reliving the memories that I had when I sat down on the couch as a kid and read through an entire issue of Nintendo Power. And I looked at the coming soon and saw all the games that were coming. And imagining what they were going to look like. I can, to this day, open up a Nintendo Power Magazine and I feel like a kid again. So, I think I can see that as my becomes like a few Nintendo powers. It usually conditions, and I think, well, let's try that. And he has a few more. He got up and it's I better get somebody who's Nintendo Power Magazine before they all sell up. So, if you excuse me, I will go do that. A little more science.
If I bought, say, 24 Nintendo Powers, would there be like some sort of extra discount on that? Yeah. They would be like $2 each. Seriously? Yeah. I want to get more of them.
Oh, so you're getting them for $1 each?
That's amazing. Are you kidding me? What? How much money do I have? I'll just throw it at it. Easy. Easy.
By 50.
Oh, great! Another boxing useless shit.
Well, I'm a floating hand. 4:32.
So it's Friday. You have our t-shirt. Retro TV black and white t-shirt. The Retro TV Wolfpack black and white go thing. That first happened back at Prime 2011. Saturday night, we walked around downtown. Three of us in shirts that made us look like bouncers, skin tight. Black and white t-shirts, and we were styling like the NWO, and that's how it all took off. And so that Sunday morning at PAX, we shot promos.
I think Pat, Jay, and Billy say the same thing.
It's been the crowning point of my life, probably the shining achievement of my internet career.
Basically, NWO time. It's mid-late 90s all over again.
Me, Billy, and Pat are kind of running with the idea.
This game needs a remake because there are giant glaring flaws with the combat.
Maybe you've been taking it just a little bit too far.
So we marked into Derek's panel like it's WCW in 1997.
Now, Derek had no idea that we were doing this. Derek had no idea we were going to crash his panel, and Derek takes this stuff pretty seriously when he does his panels.
Yeah, I don't think Derek was too happy about that one. Yeah, I didn't.
I was really scared that a beatdown was going to come Derek's way and he was going to cry.
The look on Derek's face is priceless.
Retro TV busting in on my panel. Well, that was really great.
When you're down with the old pack, when you're down with Retro TV, you're down with Retro TV for life.
We took the microphone and it came in. Didn't give me really a chance to speak because I would have loved to kind of throw down with that wrestler. Like, no, Wolfpack Ace! You know, something like that.
The arcade room's a big hit. Tons of arcades. All the arcades you could ever want. Well, not all the arcades you could ever want, but a good many of them.
Whole open area to just throw in as many arcade games as you wanted. And it was just like talking. It was a kid in the candy store.
Anything from Atari up to PlayStation 3 and everything in between. All the games are free. The arcades run free play.
Who's the King of Kong? You want one, I want two? Where's the high score on the machine?
I got the high score. The highest score at MagFest on this machine. That would be neat. And my initials are there to prove it. What was past reaction? He whines and complains. That's the way Donkey Kong playing go. One of the vendors there was an artist who does pixel art.
What I'll do is I'll put that in the mix that I want, figure out what size square I'm going to use, figure out how high and wide it is. And I'll use a grid, I'll draw out, pictures out grid to grid. And I'll paint the black first, and I'll draw out basic image, and I'll just work with dark to light layers and put that layer over here.
Head hurts, and I was just throwing up. Literally, like 2 minutes ago. I'm ready to go home.
Sunday morning, sadly, the last day of MagFest, and we actually got to be going pretty quickly. We're going to go one more sweep over the window room. Didn't get any games here at MagFest, but I'm not too disappointed. We had a blast. We had an amazing time being with these people guys and being a part of this. We got memories now that will last a lifetime, and I wouldn't trade them for anything.
Did I get any games at MagFest? Well, that's a stupid question. Of course I got games at MagFest. Breath of Fire 2. $40, box, complete. Breath of Fire 2. I finally have this game. So I'm very excited for that. Will it be a gem? I don't know. I'm just glad my damn near 20-year quest is over.
Oh, great. Another boxing useless.
There was one booth I picked up a couple really cool Famicom games like Super Mario Bros. USA and Dragon Quest. And they were like $2 a piece.
I got a box Simon original from 1978. I think it was like $25, which was awesome.
That last sweep of the vendor floor as Tigger, didn't find any sweet deal. Time to bid farewell. It was awesome, you know, seeing Derek and seeing Pat again. It was awesome meeting Eric and Rue and John and Lance for the first time.
They're just very warm and friendly people. They're exactly like they are on Game Chasers. I mean, I don't think many people believe they're putting on an act or anything. Why would anyone put on an act like that? But regardless, they are very genuine. That's exactly how they are in real life.
Really humble guys, and it seemed like they were just excited to be among a bunch of people that have similar interests and a bunch of people that like making videos about video games.
I feel honored to be considered to be part of it.
They showed up at the event, and they really showed up to me as far as you know, becoming a little bit more a part of the Retro TV family.
But yeah, I love those Game Chasers guys.
You drive like a pussy.
We gotta get home as quickly as possible because people are due back at work. But we're still gonna stop at a few places on the way home. Time to time. We're not getting up quite yet. It's a 22-hour drive. Not looking forward to it. I better get some games out of this. I hope you enjoyed these episodes all the way into the podcast. I just actually finished editing that episode now, and I've been up 24 straight hours on about it now. I'm really trying to finish it up. And
bullshit.
So, if you can hit the like button, that'd be great.
We're gonna finish the Triads of Liberty once and for all. 8 Ball's rigged a dust cart with a bomb. It's on a timer, so if you mess up, there'll be no evidence. Go and pick up the dust cart.
Version of this
Careful.
episode
8 Ball says it's real sensitive. The slightest bump could set that thing off. Their fish factory will open its gates for a dust cart, so you can drive right in, park up between the gas canisters, and get the hell out of there. I want it to rain mackerel. We're talking real biblical here. Nothing low budget.
If you're a fan of the site, you'll love it. If you're not a fan of the site, go check it out. It may make you one because the guys on there are really funny and they're great. Thank you guys for watching. We got one more video in the MagFest saga, a road back. Fortunately, I'm not historically, we do finally score. And I've been waiting for this episode. I can't wait to get this. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you sometime next week.
Seriously. I just can't help it. I have to stop somewhere. I have to find something to go to. I have to find anything. Everyone knows the U.S. is a big state.
Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them.
Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games.
And give them a proper home in our games.
Give me that car.
On our way home, on the road for literally 10 minutes, and we run out of gas.
His mother's gone, she hates me.
Is that the way game chasing go?
So where's the nearest gas station?
I don't know.
I think they wanted
That's
to
why I
run
was
out of
looking.
gas.
I figured
Good
we'd get gas
episode.
once we
Good episode.
Melbourne's direct deposit came through, so
But
we have
nobody
enough
wants
to
to
get a
run
tank
out of
of
gas,
gas.
so
The
I-
problem was getting to the gas station.
So the deal is, we just ran out of gas. From the gas station. So, let's move up. Just then, we decided not to take off walking. Some really good Samaritan didn't know that there's still good people left in this world. Stopped. He's like, get in, I'll take you to a gas station. So nice for him to just out of the kindness of his heart help two strangers. Please, he wants to do that. At this point, me, Jay, only had about $20 left to our unit piece. So I'm going to call my wife up and ask to use the credit card to get us home.
Who's it?
Somebody living across the street or something.
I don't know why this episode is
Everyone at this point's getting cranky. The car smells like a freaking truck and corn chips. So we're just gonna burn the midnight oil, drive all day, drive all night, get home as quick as we can.
Leaving MagFest, we had a great time. Back on the road, our pockets on the ground. Jay riding shotgun, man, we had some fun. Went to DC, and now we gotta run back away. Game chasing go. Stringy haired Melvin, what's that was smelling? Billy's nasty ass, I think he flashed gas. Melvin in the backseat, like a champ. Didn't come again, but I did come again. Mario, Benjamin, started smoking chronic. Daryl's in the backseat, walking pop bonnet. Donald is like smoke, the weed is really choke. Get the man a coat, I hope he doesn't croak. Cause you slipping. Running on gas, I hope that we make it. Only $5, then I'ma take it. Won't get us far, not in this car. Pull the truck over, I think I see a bar. Now we can't drink, not on this night. We gotta head home, money's really tight.
Sun's rising, we're just about into Arkansas. We're not giving up on the game system just yet.
I just can't help it. I have to stop somewhere. I have to find something to go to. I have to find a game.
It's not pleasant here in Arkansas. We're at a thrift store right now, and the lady has her games priced at basically eBay prices.
Sorry, lady, not for us, not gonna happen. So we take off.
We're going to a pawn shop, and this guy had a ton of Nintendo games. A lot, several hundred of them. But they've been picked over time and time again. And the reason you can tell is that they're all, every single one of them, common titles.
Okay, cool. If you guys want to look this up before we get there, we're called the Game Chasers.
Still going through Arkansas, and Jay's calling up places. He finds a place called Game Trading Post. So it kind of sounds like a retail store, but we have to go see what this place is all about.
We pull up into this town, and we know it's old school downtown area, it's a small town. We look over here and see the place, and there's console with a Mario figure, and finally, at least this place is going to have some games.
It's a taxi home after work, so follow him. And if he's ratting us out, kill him.
He ain't pimping in here, he's pushing. So he must be tough.
Jackpot.
This place is huge. We're talking a motherload here.
I think we're seriously going to spend 3 hours.
This dude is so cool. He's been talking to us the whole time we've been here. And this guy has good prices too. He has some good prices.
What are you doing on your Nintendo games? 5 inch. All them now. Them over there. All them already. Okay. No, all them are 75. Except for the box. Now the box is up to.
Now this is a retail store, so you're not going to find $1 games or $2 games. You have to be able to pay and keep the lights on. But his prices are completely reasonable.
I was just asking what you're looking for in the price, and that it says it had 50.
I'll mark it out. I'll keep my percent.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would sell it for $100. A lot of the stuff y'all will see, and it says display on it. I mean,
Yes.
if somebody offered me enough money, anything to sell.
Okay.
Right? There's nothing to sell.
What are you asking on this? What are you asking on this?
For 10 each or 3. I sell them 10 each or 3 for 20.
10 or 3 for 20.
Okay. The guy that runs the store is really awesome. He's a really cool guy. And we found out a little bit of information that the store actually has a little bit of a connection to a store we hear from in Grand Prairie.
Yeah, what's the store is? Yeah, video games coming up on Highway 303. Is it John? John Nintendo? Is he still running that? Is he better than you told me? Is that until you find it? He said he went out of the game. Some more. That was more.
Yeah, I used to rent my video games from him when I was like 2 years old.
That man, I was over in Hot Springs when I was 9. That was 10 years ago at least. When he come out with something new, I'd be there to buy it from him.
Well, I've actually been looking for him to try to get him so we can film him on the show, see if he has any inventory.
He's selling flowers or something now. He went in the flowers business.
Really?
He got out of the game business. That's the last I heard of him now. That's been a while.
There was a place in Grand Prairie where Billy and I went to school called John Nintendo.
Just thinking that
some of these games
but we don't know where it
may
is,
have been
and they
the
seem to
actual
know
versions
everything
that I
we're
rented
doing
when I was a
before we
child.
do.
It's pretty wild.
We got us a rat. There's a guy named Curly Bob works the bar at Luigi's. He's been throwing more money around than he's earning. He ain't pimping or pushing, so he must be talking. He usually gets a taxi home after work, so follow him.
I will say this,
He's
I
ratting
did
us
have a
out.
Final Fantasy 7 Black Button and Seal. We know what that's worth. It's $500 bill. I have a Final Fantasy 1 for the old Nintendo. Sealed.
Sealed.
He said, Lord, these things for years. And believe it or not, he's so. That's why he stays in business right there. There's people, real collectors, they want to hold the real thing. And I'm damn near speaking.
Is that the one where Captain Kirk?
Okay, this is actually brand new for me. So I want to find out. Any game, old Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, 64, if it has a line like this, or a line going this way, that is the only way to tell.
Where's his club at? Pardon, you gotta get your club. Come around the block this way.
Once you hit a back room full of video games and video game paraphernalia, and we can ask, take a look at it. And sure enough, he says, "Come on back."
I have never been seen a store of this nature. He's got boxes upon boxes of games just overflowing.
Seriously.
The pop machine up there?
We just started rummaging through everything.
Box set of CD was plenty of years.
Impresses me the most though is all the boxes.
This is not just Sega CDs just laying around. It's freaking box.
He's got just box consoles just laying around all over the place, like posters on a coffee table or something. I mean, it's nothing for this dude. Box games, Genesis. He's got Master System, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Atari. It's crazy, just nuts the amount of stuff that this man has.
Stunt cycle. There's a stunt cycle.
You know, someone who was just talking about one of these.
Who was that?
Oh, stunt cycle. Look, it's got rubber grips, and you can go forward and not so forward, and that's it.
This right here has made all the hits and misses on this trip work. As far as I'm concerned, this place is like the
handle this guy.
What else Sega CD?
I bet you there's a cat back here.
A lot of stuff. It seems like this guy literally took everything retro in the state of Arkansas and put it in this one shop.
Mr. Big Mouth himself.
Would you follow? You know what goes on here. It's our little secret.
So at this point, I have about $30 to my name. Jay has about $30 to his name. It's only a matter of
Okay, so the Leons are fighting wars on two fronts.
We're
They're in a
spending it
turf
all.
war with the Triads, with no sign of either side giving up. Meanwhile, Joey Leon has stirred up some bad blood with the Forellis. Every day they're losing men and influence in the city. Salvatore is becoming dangerous and paranoid.
I know Luce is everybody and everything.
With loyalty like yours,
Brock's, I'm
what's
not really
the
sure. He might select the same Brock's.
Oh, he's talking. That little spank cat's talking.
So I'll ask him. That's about the only thing I can tell you.
Okay. Well, we'll see what he says. We could have seriously sat up here for like hours and hours sifting through all this stuff. We just simply don't have the time.
This is right here is a very, very rare Nintendo. It was actually manufactured only two in existence. One was given to Queen Elizabeth, and the other is on its way here. But you can see, it's definitely an old copy. It's actually worth, believe it or not, $10,000. So that's a lot of bills. And it's meant to. You don't usually find it. The other one, you know, in England, got destroyed in the Great War.
We're leaving this back area, and I see something right at the corner of my eye. I look down, I pick it up, and it's a display sign for Super Nintendo. These signs would hang a lot of times in rental stores, video stores, and this particular one had some damage on one side. I gotta get this thing.
Curly
I
Bob.
got to get this thing.
I'm going to ask about this.
I'm going to ask about this.
Well, hi there. I noticed you have this really awesome sign in Kansas City.
That's $100 bill. $200 bill. Let's get it going.
Here, shut it. What are you giving me?
I don't want to.
What would be a good product for you, though? You tell me what you get.
Well, considering that
it's got, I had to think, I don't know,
no, I have no idea what it is at all. I don't want to insult you, but okay, I'll be willing to
yes
go.
or no. You can tell me yes or no.
Okay, I'll be
You
willing
don't on nothing to do. I mean,
all right, I'll be willing to go $20.
I'll figure about 40. You want to do 30? I'll let you have it. No, you ain't gonna insult me on nothing here. You think it's going to you, and I can tell you if I want it or not. $30, take it with you. It's up to you. But it is original Super Nintendo sign, though, I can tell you.
Yeah.
And I think I got a lot of stuff from yours. That JAR
You can
Nintendo.
make it
Some
over
of the stuff
attack
came
on
from
them.
you.
They'll wipe the floor with us. They must be making spank on that big bone and curly lip.
25, I'll
So we gotta use our heads. Or rather, one head. Your head.
Thank you very much. Really made a deal on this sign, and the cool thing is, the guy said he wasn't sure, but it possibly may have come from the very video game store that Billy used to shop at as a child.
Go and see it.
It just boggles my mind to think that I may actually own the very sign that was hanging in Jar Nintendo.
The very sign that was hanging in the store at the place that I used to rent video games as a kid in another state over 5 hours away. How crazy is that?
I'm looking at some 3DO games. I have none in my collection, actually.
Right now we're at 2.
He had them at $10 a piece, and I was like, hey, will you do 2 for 15?
2 for 15.
Hey, just because the gas prices are good, there's always haggling. Buy in bulk. $30 for all 4 of them. 2 for 15, $7.50 a piece. Can't beat that, I'm happy. Started my 3DO collection. This store is amazing. If you're in Arkansas, go. If you live around Little Rock, it's not far from you until you drive.
If we're not honest and fair with people, we don't need it. It's just customer satisfaction that causes us to make our own living. If we don't do that, if we do it fairly, well,
next time when we come back to the store, I'm going to
Yo, my man, Salvatore phoned to handle a job like this is going to need a lot of fireworks. I'll need $100,000 to cover expenses. But you know with me,
oh, great, another boxing.
Come back, brother, when you have the money.
Let's get on. Let's do this. playing.
Yes. Finally back at home. Long drive there.
Okay, let's
3
do this
days
thing.
and
I can
nothing but
set this
fun.
baby to
And
detonate,
just
but I
last
still
thing
can't use a piece with these hands. Yeah, this rifle shall help you pop some heads.
A trip halfway across the country, finding one game. 3 days in DC, finding
bomb maker
one game.
was blowing up
And then the whole way
scared.
back, finding nothing. And maybe 6 hours from DFW, going to Jackpot.
Coming back, being able to get a sign with, such a connection with my childhood, having something that really means a lot to me, makes this entire trip completely worth it.
Nah, yeah, I got some questions for y'all. Hey, what was it like? Y'all come home, don't say to me, it's like some super top secret covert operation. 00 not a 7 in the house. It's like, damn, what's going on here? It's like, don't.
It's just the way Grand Chasing goes.
Back to my old stomping grounds in Grand Prairie, Texas.
So I've decided to take a little trip to my hometown, Grand Prairie, Texas. See what the old John Nintendo building is.
Which actually did it.
Good break.
John Nintendo wasn't just a place where it was instrumental in shaping the type of gamer that I am today. I think because...
What's going on here?
I first got introduced to Mega Man, one of my favorite series of all time. There are so many games...
Get a good vantage point, then I'll head in till you fire the first shot.
Every time I come here, I'm reminded how much I do not like the place. It's really gone downhill. It used to be a happening place. It's just nothing but vagrants nowadays. And not the cute, charming vagrants like me and Jay. It's fun. We're back in Texas. We're back on our home turf. Everyone knows that this is a big state. We got a lot of games here. Those games have our names on it. And it's time to get to work. Let's do this.
All right.
Last time anybody seen a book of this?
Just
one. Just about to take off, and we see kind of hidden underneath some games are a couple of boxes.
Come on, you at least make with two.
It's a gold mine out here.
Shoot him in God. Please.
Everyone knows Texas is a big state. Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them.
Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games.
And give them a proper home in our game. This fine Saturday morning, we are heading out to our super secret spots.
Video Game Mike has been keeping his hot spot, but he finds a lot of good little secret things.
We've known him in many different content, he's made some deals with him over the last year, and this is the one place where he has not divulged.
Well, we found out from another source where it is, and we're heading there now. Sorry, Mike, that's just the way game chasing goes. We're going to our super secret flea market. One of the very first vendors we see has some SNES games complete in box.
Hey Doc, how much? $3?
$3 box SNES game, you buy it. No brainer.
I'll take that. We do $100,000.
I can do it again.
Oh, did you see one you want?
Let's go back.
This box on that?
Billy picked up 7 Saga. I picked up Populous, Super Nintendo, both of them complete in box. Use the old bundle routine, buy more, you get a discount. So we got them both for $5.
Yeah, this rifle shall pop some heads.
hot out here, it's dirty, it's dusty, but we're loving it. We come across this vendor who's an obvious reseller, but you still gotta hit him up because you never know.
Just about to take off, and we see kind of hidden underneath some games are a couple of boxes.
Boxed NES accessories. You don't really run across them very often. Boxed like this, some of them still sealed. A red zapper in the box, mint condition.
Complete in box, NES Light Gun for $7. That in itself is a great deal. It's not too often you run across a guy who obviously knows what he has, but is still fairly good pricing.
An NES Satellite, mint, not even a scratch on it.
An NES Satellite controller for $12.
It looks like it hasn't even been touched, much less played.
Oh, they're lost, huh?
He also had a sealed, never opened Max controller.
Asking $5 for it.
Jay picked up the Zapper first. He was looking at it. I want the Satellite, and he's also going to get the sealed Max. Together, $24.
What kind of deal? If we got all three of these, what kind of deal could you give us?
Get a good vantage point, then I'll head in when you buy the first shot.
Like 34, I went down 20 bucks. Do that.
You dropped it down to about $20. Bundle up, you know. I mean, all that stuff individually. Oh yeah, you say $2 here, you say $4 there. Well, you know what? It adds up. It adds up to another game. It adds up to hell, just lunch for the day when you're game chasing. So, bundle up, save some money.
Thanks, man.
As we're leaving, I see down the corner of my eye another Max controller we missed that's complete.
Since this is ripped up, would you do $2 on it? I'll get it right now. What is it? Yeah, $2. Okay.
$2 for a boxed NES Max controller. Mike, I know now why you've been keeping this place from us. This lady here has a ton of Sega Genesis games, but she doesn't want to sell them separately. She wants to sell them all with the system complete. Jay picks up a Super Nintendo game that I've been kind of wanting. He doesn't know much about Super Nintendo.
$4? I'll take it.
Very good deal on that particular game. So when he put it down, I had to snatch it.
Not even gonna haggle it?
Find the keepers. I'm just looking again.
Are you kidding me?
Coming up to another reseller. This guy's got a ton of games ranging from Sega Genesis, Nintendo, all the way up to Wii and DS. Unfortunately, every one of them is sun damaged and in this horrible condition.
One problem you're going to run across while looking for games in the flea market is a lot of the inventory is going to be sun damaged. It has spent months, even years, out in the sun, and over time it just fades.
I usually pass on sun damaged stuff unless I've really come across something I've been wanting to have for a while.
Rifling through retro video games.
So I'm looking through all these games, don't really see anything, so I asked the guy, hey, you got any old Nintendo games? He's got like a big U-Haul type truck. I'm looking into the back of this truck, being shady, see what I can find. And all of a sudden I see a keyboard.
Yes, what's that?
I've been on the hunt for a specific keyboard for a while now. So this guy hands me his keyboard. I turn it over and immediately, right across the top, Miracle Piano.
That's like a Super Nintendo. It's an accessory.
I finally have run across a Miracle Piano. In the 7 years I've been doing this, I've never run across one at all. I asked the dude, I'm like, yo, what are you asking? The dude hits me with 30.
For $30, I'm not sure if that's a good deal or not because we really don't know much about it. We don't know what accessories and wires and all that stuff that come with it. What's that?
So I'm gonna go phone a friend real quick and see if I can find out some more information on this thing.
Hey, Chad, what's going on, man? Good. Hey, we're rolling. Mind if I put you on speaker? All right. Hang on one second. Hey, I ran across a piano for the Miracle piano teaching system, but it does not have any wires to it. What do you know about the wires? Is it regular like 12 volt?
The cable will cost you probably as much as buying the keyboard separately. So unless you get really good price on the keyboard, they also get a game. I've seen like a swapping
Oh, it's so good to have Captain waiting on the video games, specifically when he has at your disposal at any moment, just in case you're in some kind of video game emergency.
I just said that the cables are expensive. Basically, bucks just for the video game. Is that nerdy? I'm just going to
It was missing all the cords. But I really want this. I don't have one. I don't want to cross it.
Just to get it to work. So there's a foot pedal that's missing on it. You don't have any cables at all. I mean, what's your bottom dollar on it? Because I want the thing, but 30, 20. I'm thinking more like 15. Is there any chance you can go that low on it? I mean, just the cable that goes, like this cable right here.
Okay, let's do this.
I mean, it's a $30
I can set
cable.
this baby to detonate, but I still can't use a piece with these hands. Yeah, this rifle shot pops heads.
Everything, but I don't know. Okay, thank you.
The guy didn't put up much of a fight, surprisingly, and he said, "All right." I think at that point I was like, "Yo, Billy, give me $15." But you know, it's just the way game chasing go.
Unfortunately, it's not complete, but you know, a wire here, a wire there, and I'll be good to go.
Oh, great! Another boxing useless shit.
Anything old school like Sega.
Bingo, Contra Hardcore, and Sega Genesis complete. I love the first Contra on the NES. Konami Code, all that, blah blah blah. I love Contra. Don't get me started on it.
On this one?
Contra Hardcore completing box Sega Genesis, $3. Gotta pick it up.
Yeah.
You said you do 3 each on these?
She wanted $10 for a ET because
Get
it
a
was
good
old.
vantage point, then I'll head in when you fire the first shot.
Yeah, I think we got the better end of this deal. So we're heading out of the flea market. Great finds today.
This flea market is a hot spot. I think we're going to make this a regular stop.
Video Game Mike never told us where his actual spot was. Some lady I work with told me about this place.
Oh, no, he ain't one of the vultures.
Of course not.
He didn't want to let us
And
know.
I understand why now, because it's freaking a gold mine out here.
We're doing something a little different tonight. Instead of going to a flea market or a thrift store, we're heading off to someone's house. The current owner, Active Enterprise. For those of you who don't know, that company, back in the day, made some of the most rare games in existence today on the NES. Action 52 and Cheetah 2.
I think this might be pretty interesting.
Hey guys, how are you? How's it going? Jay? Good, Jay. Billy? Good seeing you.
Video Game Mike met us here because, you know, it's his contact. It's how we met the guy through him.
Greg called me one day on a crazy side asking if I wanted to play one of his games he made, and I was all like, at first I thought he was going crazy. So
Greg greets us. Really warm, friendly guy.
You were talking about the Angry Video Game Nerd. I've got, here's the original artwork for his Action 52 little placard that they use at the beginning of the...
How did you get this?
I bought it on eBay. I just missed the Cheetah Man one.
Genuinely nice dude, very, very welcoming. Made you feel at home. I'm Greg Pavitt, and I'm the father of Active Enterprises there last week, which is a takeoff of the very original Active Enterprises that originally put forth a very famous Action 52 with Cheetah Men 2. Long story, but I wound up with a prototype copy of Action 52. Cheetah Men, the creation, is a lost word of the Cheetah Men. Back in 1991, when Action 52 was being programmed, a fellow by the name of Mario Gonzalez was doing the program. He programmed the original Action 52 Cheetah Men 1 thing. It was called Action Gamer at the time, not Cheetah Men, but Action Gamer. The Active Enterprise people decided that they wanted something more akin to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where they could sell action figures and do cartoons and all of that. And they felt like that game wasn't conducive for all the number of action figures that they wanted to do. So they opted not to do Action Gamer as the game number 52 on the Action 52 platform. And instead, reprogrammed the game. Well, Action Gamer was lost, and I wound up through a long series of fortunate happenings with the only copy of Action Gamer that's in existence. I discovered that about 2 years ago and decided that I was going to get that game, put on a chip, put in a cartridge, and out into the hands of the collecting public.
We've put together a collector package of Cheetah Men, the creation, and we called it the creation since it's a prequel to the Cheetah Men game. And what we put together was to make it interesting for people is that we had a person that created brand new artwork for us, and it's gorgeous artwork, and obviously a new box for Cheetah Men, the creation. And we packaged that together in a factory sealed edition for the collectors, and then gave them a suck-it-down so that they could have one to play.
I had fun playing it. I played night and day. Asked my wife about it. She was next to me the whole time. She played it for a little bit, and I played it for a lot.
Well, we have a few other things. Oh, these. Oh, goodness. Well, these are the old Action 52s.
So you just got a stack full of Action 52s?
Maybe not a stack, but certainly more than one. Actually, what
more than I got.
Yeah.
It sucks being that close to them.
You know, if you just keep digging, that they just keep coming.
Unbelievable.
There's more, and then there's more that are in factory sealed.
Factory sealed? That's not even just complete.
And then of course, then you get to one of it. That's not it. I think that may be a test today. And then you just start getting into more. You know, and then there's more. Oh, yeah, here's more.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, I've also started to try and pick up some variations of the different pirated cartridges that were out there. Because in addition to the one that you saw for the Mega, they also pirated a bunch of cartridges for the Nintendo.
I gotta be honest, in the back of my mind, I was like, please give me a game. You got 12.
So what I've done is I have tried to collect every copy, every variation of Action 52, and I'm putting that together in like a museum display.
He's just kind of like this and just kind of talking, and me and Billy are just kind of like...
Come on, you at least make with two, really? You really need that many Action 52s, right? You really need that many Action 52s. Come on, you know you want to give us two. Come on, you got my phone number. I doubt that's going to work.
Listen, Sal,
Yeah, damn it, I wanted an Action 52,
he was
okay?
offering
And had
you
he turned his back
cartel,
long
wanted to
enough,
make a deal.
I might have one. I might, oh my, this, I don't have one. It's never turned his back.
Don't ask me what, I don't know.
I guess you seen the show and Mike 1 and 1 and 2.
I've seen too much killing, too much
You're
blood.
probably been raiding your trash at night sometimes.
Action 52 had to have them for the Sega Genesis too. So got a few of those, and there's more. They just,
Oh, I'm
like,
not surprised.
like I said, the box,
Well, keep them coming, whatever you got, keep it
I
coming.
don't know, I may be running out. I may honestly have,
It's like one of those clown cars.
He wasn't coming off those Action 52s.
Action 52 was having a great deal of financial difficulty, and they were still pursuing that idea that, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they could produce action figures and get on Saturday morning TV. So Vince Perry thought, gee, let's get a standalone cartridge out there of just Cheetah Men and really drive that franchise. So they went to their manufacturer, they programmed it, they ordered 1,500 copies, and about the time that the manufacturer did the production run, Active Enterprises closed down. The producer of the game had 1,500 of them sitting on a pile. They sat there for about 5 years. And one day they decided they were going to clean out their warehouse. They were sold for $1 a piece.
Finally found one.
Finally found one.
You finally found it.
Not many people will ever run across one of these, especially complete, and I have one in my hands, Pat.
and you will be checked on the way out. This is what comes in a Cheetah Man 2 here. There we go. Yep, Cheetah Man 2, and let me show you how you tell it's a Cheetah Man 2. Okay. Missing the little pins right there. And it has this little gold sticker on the back that says Cheetah Man 2.
Me and Jay are just salivating and just, yeah.
The Action 52, that we can only estimate. We think there's between 8,000 and 10,000 on Action 52. We know for a fact that there's only 1,500 Cheetah Men 2 cards. The original Cheetah Men 2 game had 6 levels, but because it was such a hurry-up job, like much of the Action 52 project, only 4 of the levels played. The other 2 wouldn't play because of the glitch. I got with my computer guy and with my cartridge guy, who is really an expert at this stuff, and said, look, why don't you guys take this on as a project? Why don't you make me a cartridge where all 6 levels play. In the next couple of months, we will have a Cheetah Man 2 Resurrection game. And we're going to resurrect Cheetah Man 2 so that everybody can actually play all the levels.
We have certain issues to clear out before we continue any form of relationship. Business or else.
Oh, I made the G close to the end
Let's
of it.
lay our cards on the table. I am Yakuza, and I know you worked for Salvatore Leone's family.
On this
I can give you work with our
prototype would have never
organization.
seen the
But
light of
first,
day
you must prove
if
to
it
me that your
wasn't
ties
for
with the mafia
Greg.
are truly
And what
broken.
Greg is doing
Salvatore
is
Leone will be
keeping
leaving Luigi's in
a
about
little
3
piece
hours'
of
time.
gaming history
Make
alive
sure he doesn't reach his club
by
alive.
investing all his
Meanwhile,
money
Maria and I will catch
into
up
making
on
the
all
game so everyone can experience it and enjoy it. And I think that's great. You know
That's
what?
not a
Because that would have
massager.
just been, if it wasn't for Greg, I mean, this Action 52 prototype, this game would have been lost in the annals of video gaming history, never to see the light of day again. Some people may say that's a good thing.
Honestly, I really do hope that this project of his works out for him.
No matter how bad the game is, it's still a part of gaming history, and I commend Greg for keeping that piece of gaming history alive.
Listen and heed my request, oh Cheetah Man God, please.
Going crazy or something.
Right?
Yeah,
I did. It's to show you so dog.
Oh, show him. I don't care. I'm seeing pink princess chairs. I think we're kidding when we say we're low budget. Look, zoom out real quick. Can you zoom out? Look around. We're like the lowest budget of the low. We don't have shit. Broke ass has to drink out of a Lone Star Park paper cup and shit.
Melbourne doesn't have a home.
Stupid Melbourne has no home. He's got to sleep on my couch. With mismatched socks. Comes over here and gets bit by cobras. I'm so tired. No.
Alright, it's morning time.
So the game chasing goes. Sometimes you need console TVs.
When you come into a situation like this, you just got to ask yourself, at what price are you willing to take the risk?
What's wrong with these guys?
Everyone knows Texas is a big state.
Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them.
Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games.
And give them a proper home in our game. So we found a lady on Craigslist who had a listing for a bunch of retro video games.
We're going down near Cleveland, and apparently there's some event going on today called Antique Alley, where everybody and their mother, from a 5-mile stretch, takes all their junk from their homes and businesses and puts it out on the curb and stuff, like a big giant garage sale / flea market. And this thrift store from this ad that we're going to happens to be in that area. So before we hit up the Craigslist ad, we're going to take a look and see what Antique Alley has to offer.
Ooh, I hope it's still open at 3:40 in the afternoon. Well, why is it that we always do this?
Who do we have to blame?
Why do we always do this?
Not finding anything so far. A lot of antiques and...
We have certain issues to clear up before we continue any form of relationship.
So after we walk around town a little bit, we decided to go ahead and hop in the car and go down the road.
And I know you worked for
And we
Salvatore
see,
Leone's
a couple of yard sales here, so we pull over off
with
the
our
side of the road, get out and
organization.
go check it
Well,
out.
first you must prove to
And,
me that your
some
ties with the
interesting things, some
mafia are
knickknacks,
truly
maybe
broken.
even an antique here or there, whatever.
Salvatore
and,
Leone will be leaving Luigi's in
didn't
about
seem to
3
get any
hours
video
time.
games,
Make
so
sure he doesn't
yeah.
reach his club alive.
Very important, game chasing
Meanwhile,
101.
Maria and I will
Always
catch
ask.
up
If you
on
don't
old
see it, it
times.
doesn't mean it's not there.
That's not a
So
massage.
she goes into the house, she comes out, pops them down on the table, a whole bucket full of them.
Just roll.
I was gonna try to buy them all at once, but the guy was kind of, I think he said $200 or okay, whatever, dude. So let me just, I want these like 3 or 4 games here. What are you gonna do on them?
Snowboard Kids 2 and Clay Fighter 63 in the third. We got at this place initially, they didn't have any video games there, but that's why you always ask.
Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, and Donkey Kong 64. $3 a pop.
They wouldn't let us shoot. I guess they were uncomfortable with the camera.
Nope, you're not going to get great.
We didn't even know this was going on there. We just kind of had
Really? Oh, man, yeah, that's weird. Yeah. We found some ad on Craigslist about some antique store or something. Yeah. Going to be reopening at 5.
There's no possible way we could cover all of this. At this point, we're just it's late in the day, of course. It's late in the day. I mean, if we got started, early in the morning, then perhaps we could have covered a lot more ground, obviously.
We see signs everywhere too. Yard sale this way, garage sale this way, just signs with arrows. So we follow a few. We stop at one house, again, not knowing what to expect.
There's a Gilbot Sidekill. Oh, this is a Commodore 64 game. Too bad there's no game in it. I'm glad we stopped at this place.
I really think there's something you might be interested in over here. It's an old 80s style console television.
There's nothing better than playing a television game, an Atari game, and a big honking, big, giant, ugly, beautiful console television. And they're only wanting $10 for it. Heck yeah, I've been wanting one of these.
So the game chasing go. Sometimes you need console TVs. So we asked them if they had any video games. Like always ask. And they said they might. They went and checked, looked around. Well, they came up with Bill Elliott NASCAR Racing boxing manual for the NES. I didn't have the box or the manual, so I offered $1 for it. I got it. And I got a complete copy of Bill Elliott's NASCAR Racing.
I got the console TV for $10. They also had a bag of Transformers / GoBots for $2. And I also got 2 Gremlins storybooks for 25 cents.
We rummaged through Antique Alley, found a little bit here and there. Now it's time to go find this lady from Craigslist.
Okay, so I think we need to start just knocking on the door.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while now.
Okay, that's 2 places now where we've gone and
we scored some kind of game.
Something. I mean, and they went back and got a box. Got you a box. And you know they had the game somewhere, they just couldn't find it.
We're walking into this place here, and it isn't a thrift store as so much somebody's house, but they have a lot of games here.
There's nobody around, and we're looking around for a good 5, 6, 7 minutes, and finally this little lady comes out, and real nice, you know.
How much are the games?
They vary in price depending on the type of game.
It's usually not a good sign whenever you ask somebody how much their games are, they come out to you with a spreadsheet.
Where'd you get your pricing from, if you don't mind me asking?
Online.
I guess we priced from eBay or something and had everything individually marked.
What about the Uncharted Waters?
That one's $7.
Illusions of Gaia?
That one, $5. Oh, that one, I have 30. Like what?
Just name the price.
Okay, 13, 33, 9, 27, 4, 14, 22, 17, 27.
Really high on the 5,200. Just hearing double-digit numbers for all these 5,200. I'm just thinking, it's really weird because she's low on the high stuff and she's high on the low stuff.
Good and bad, because some of the stuff was a little high, but some of the stuff was low.
Well, she has Yoshi's Island price at $5, which is a very good deal.
Let's see, you wanted Uncharted Waters, Yoshi's Island, Romance, and what was an Illusion?
What's the total on all that?
How much is this game right here? Oh, well that one, that one's $3.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Stupid Melbourne, that's a stupid little meat claw. And it's like, oh, Monster's Revenge. I'll take that. I don't see why, if there's something that I want, I have to, you know, hold off on it and basically get scraps and get it enjoyed. If I see something I want, I'm just going to get it. Did Melbourne catch me slipping from that one? Well, I guess by the definition of who got it and I didn't, yeah. I'd seen reviews of the game online and it looked pretty good. The graphics looked really surprisingly good for an Atari game.
$720.
$20. So Billy's looking at this 3DO.
I'm excited because I've never had a 3DO. I've never run across a 3DO while being choosing. Unfortunately, this doesn't have any hookups or a controller.
Asked Libby how much she wanted, she said $30. But she's not sure if it worked.
I mean, you're asking the wrong person. A lot of the stuff was my sister's, and she said, well, you're having a sale, just bring it out, and here's the prices, so.
Because I'm a little hesitant to buy unless I know if it works, because this can be real finicky sometimes. So I really want to test it out before I buy it.
Well, do you know what goes with it?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't see it. I don't see the hookup.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay. Well, then, I don't know.
No way am I paying $30 for a CD-based system that I can't test and don't know if it works. everyday systems are very finicky, a lot of moving parts, they break a lot. So, when you come into a situation like this, you just got to ask yourself, at what price are you willing to take the risk?
But I can make you a deal on it. I mean, since you don't know and I don't know, I'll sell it for 10.
I'll take it, yeah. I'll definitely take the risk at $10, and hopefully whenever I eventually get all the pickups for this thing, it'll work.
I don't need to send the ID. You look trustworthy.
I'll do it even 30.
30. Jay ended up getting Romance of the Three Kingdoms 2, Yoshi's Island, Illusions of Gaia, and Uncharted Water. Stupid Melvor ended up getting Montezuma's Revenge on the 5200. I got my 3-yo, plus she threw in a game, Seal of the Pharaoh. Got bundling everything together, and she gave us a deal of $30 even on everything.
So all in all, pretty good day at Antique Alley. We'll have to come back next year or 6 months from now. I don't know,
Today I'm meeting Jay at Sights and Sounds in Arlington. It's a store that just recently started playing retro games. And Jay, over the past few weeks, has been establishing some sort of a relationship with the owner.
Started talking to him, told him what we did, with the game chasers, gave him a card.
Somehow he got them to agree to basically call him every time they got new inventory in.
2 days after we were there, I got a call from him. And he's like, hey, I got these boxes of Nintendo Powers. I want to give you guys first dibs. Come on in, check them out, pick through, get what you want before I put them on the shelf for the company.
I cannot wait to get my hands on these.
There are those 3 boxes right there. The ones like these. Let me know whenever you guys are ready.
We're ready.
Yeah, alright, let's see what we got. Let's come on.
It can be very difficult to collect for Nintendo Power because you find an issue here, an issue there, very sporadic. So I always have to keep a list on me of what issues I need, and hopefully I can leave here today with a big chunk of what I'm missing.
We'll just do like this. We'll just do 3 boxes. So what did
We have certain issues to clear out before we continue any form of relationship.
He bought them from one guy.
Let's lay our cards on the table. I am Yakuza.
I open up the first box, start pulling them out, and this is somebody's complete collection of Nintendo Powers in pristine condition. Now, unfortunately, it only starts at volume 21, but still, I'm not going to complain because there are just so many here that I am missing.
Pretty good. I was more something about those index. I'll call Jay when I come here.
Nintendo Power is not really my thing to collect for. Just, yeah, I read them as a kid, but I don't know, it's just not my thing. Definitely right up Billy's alley though, so he's in hardcover.
A list of what Nintendo Powers I have, and then the ones I need, I'm going to put this stack right here.
If given a choice, I'd rather have a complete set of Nintendo Power magazines as opposed to a complete Nintendo collection. Simply for the fact that I can open up a Nintendo Power magazine at any point and it would be awesome. But how many times am I going to play Dash Galaxy and Alien Asylum or Silent Service on NES? Now, of course, that's not to say that I don't want to do NES. I do, that would be awesome. In fact, Pat, okay, we got like 400 videos. How about sending some scraps from it? Could be stingy.
I actually lost out on it. I lost out on $2.
It's a little difficult to pick a favorite volume, but if I had to, I would say it would be number 28, simply for the fact that I was anticipating getting the Super Nintendo so bad. And when Super Mario was featured in that volume, it made me want it even more than I already did. Every single solitary day, I would sit down and just read the spread from start to finish in Super Mario World.
Anything good in there, Tom? Any good ones in there? Good. Well, maybe you might have some older movies. That's why I called you Jay whenever, you guys got first pick out of everything. These guys are the best.
Nothing beats opening up a Nintendo Power and spinning, finishing, and just remembering how awesome it was.
Oh, great! Another boxing useless shit. I think Lou's life is pretty cool. Because we share the same thoughts as husbands that just keep bringing home more boxes of useless shit.
I have a stack of about 40 magazines here, and I don't even have any idea what he's going to be charging for them. But I need to get as many as I can now because you don't run into a situation like this where you can, for the most part, complete a large chunk of your collection in one fell swoop and not have to pay shipping.
So what are you looking at on these? Buck 50? Buck 50? Buck 50. Dollar? I paid 50 cents on them. Oh, you did?
Well, hey, they look like nice guys. Give them a deal.
Yeah, what kind of deal? What kind of deal?
I mean, both of them, just like from this whole stack. What would you get for that whole stack?
I don't know. I mean,
Probably about 42.
Just hook me up with a deal here. Please hook me up with a deal here.
If we lose money, then you don't keep your job. You understand this?
I already have the top secret players guide, but I went ahead and put that in a stack as well because, you know, having a duplicate doesn't hurt.
I'll tell you what, I'll take this one out because you can probably get about this one about like $10 online for it.
But hit me with about $50 for the entire stack. I thought a good thing to do would be to point out that this particular magazine you could probably get around $10 for online. So I figured making them aware of that would give you a better deal on the magazines that I really want.
It's about 40. How about 25 and you get the kick back?
I'll do that. That's a deal to me. Very nice, Jay. I love these guys.
You can't beat that deal at all. I don't know what that comes to. Maybe we can use science to figure it out. That's the way game chasing go. It is less than $1 an issue, probably around 75 cents an issue. Boom, scoreboard, I'm happy.
Going designing my magazine because all it's doing is collecting more and more dust. On top of that, the stack of my readers on top of the toilet lid is growing to be a much larger stack than it needs to be. So there's more shopkeeping.
That's the way it's happening. That guy, I want to give that guy a deal. You know that? And I almost lost my job over it. So there's that, you know?
With the deal that I got on these Nintendo Power magazines, you know, there's only one thing left to say, and that is Game Chasers 1, Rue 0.
Yeah, it's... God. The words fail me.
I thought you were talking about the get off! And then calling him when you get retro stuff. Right.
$1 each. I like mine.
I do too.
$1 a piece on video games. What's up in Switch? I think I'm going to pick me up some common titles and just beef my collection up.
I was actually going to get that. I'm usually a big PC game.
What's wrong with these guys? You hang out with these guys?
Everyone's been crying about us having N64 wrestling match blew up, and these chuckleheads over here dropped the ball. None of them have a 64 wrestling game, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick one up for them.
You know what the funny thing is? I got that complete box.
So I helped myself to a little Castle of Illusion on Sega Game Gear. I got 1080 snowboarding on the N64. Wanted to check out the game since I saw Derek's review on it. Happy Video Game Nerd on InfoWarsTV.com. I wanted to check the game out myself. Never played it. And for $1, why not?
I picked up Triple Play on PlayStation 1. I love baseball. Picking up a Baseball Stars. and a Lunapool. I also picked up a Siphon Filter on the PlayStation 1.
There are no great deals. You're still spending money on useless things.
This needs to be the guy you call first.
That's true.
When you get any retro stuff in, this guy's really good first.
These dudes are actually really cool and everything. It's like, hey, you know, after you guys are done filming, y'all gotta have a beer with us. And I'm just like, yeah.
Hey, to the chuckleheads of the world. The chuckleheads of the world unite.
I'm down. You know, the Dongos drink.
I love that. That's what I love about this. Yeah, can you guys do this like let's do this every week.
I don't see why not. So walking out of sights and sounds,
always a pleasure.
An amazing road here. So awesome that we found another place to go find retro games.
So fucking hard to get across town.
Good deals and good customers.
We love you guys. We love you guys. What's wrong with these guys?
It's pretty cool and it works.
Okay.
They're getting ready to move, so.
Got video games?
No, they gave it to me.
Well, all right. I guess you got the video games now.
Right.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
It's just like taking the first deal when you go to sport, alright? You never take the first deal. It's always a sham deal.
He picks up a stack, one drops down, and I swoop in.
I wish I would have went ahead and went with apps on that.
On Common Console. Everyone knows Texas is a big state. Which means we got a lot of games here. It's our job to find them.
Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games.
Give them a proper home in our game.
That's totally your fault. We arrived at the Holiday Inn in Mesquite and expecting an arcade option, and as you can clearly see, we got here just a little too late. Arriving at 6 o'clock means no arcades for us.
What time did they start? Was this specifically for arcades, or was this?
You said it ended at 9. You said it ended at 9. How's it my fault? I've been up since the freaking. We should have been there earlier. We should have been there this morning. Whose fault is that? It's not mine. How's it not yours? I live closer to Dallas than you do. I live closer to Mesquite than you do. So you should have been at my house. What do you know? I was at your apartment at 2 o'clock, but it doesn't even matter because if MC's not there. No, you weren't there at 2 o'clock. Dude, it was like 3:30 or 4.
Hey, if MC's not there, it doesn't even matter.
Okay, so this isn't my fault. It's his fault.
But it's your fault for not making sure he's there on time. So we're trying to once again go to an arcade auction. We missed the last one we tried to get to because Melbourne was 4 hours late, and she still blames me for it.
I still don't think it was my fault. I think it was theirs because he wanted to stop to McDonald's. So that.
I'll be damned if I'm missing this auction. Dongo's sleeping on the couch. I'll wake him up. He's not a happy camper. He is very, very cranky about having to be up at 7:30 in the morning.
What are you mad about?
I'm done.
No, we want to say it again.
No, I'm done. I've said my piece.
This can't be showing.
Let's go.
I wasn't too happy. First of all, Dongos don't get up early. 7:30, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, hell, noon. Alright? I just don't get up that early. I'm irate.
Dude, I have no problem filming. I just didn't expect this to vary. So I'm not even playing. Dude,
I knew I was filming, but I didn't know what time we were filming. No, you know what? Hey, I guess I didn't get that memo.
He's kind of like me in that regard. I don't like mornings either.
I think we need to definitely start pulling pages out of Pat's book and going game chasing or flea market madnessing very early instead of waiting until 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's unreasonable to wake me up this early just because it's this early, okay? You know, there's no other reason. Did I do anything else besides that? Really?
The difference is I am happy about at least going to the arcade option. He isn't at all.
Called Disgruntled Dongo. Disgruntled the Dongo. When the action figure comes interchangeable thumbs up.
Thing starts at 8 o'clock. He asked me, dude, can you please stop at the store and get some cigarettes?
If I'm getting up this early, we'll see.
He goes in, gets his smokes, walks out with a freaking 40 in his hands.
Getting up early. To everyone else who wants to get up early. And the motherfucker who invented that. Did you just grab a 40 at 7:40 in the morning?
Damn straight I did. One day off the week, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it, alright? Regardless of what I'm doing.
Like the Dongo. I can drink a 40 and not be drunk, alright?
The arcade is being held at the Six Flags Mall. It's an abandoned mall here in Arlington, Texas.
It's about 8:05. Party started about to start in a second. There's maybe 7 cars in the parking lot. Good time, maybe?
There are hardly any cars in the parking lot.
It's a score one for the good guys. It's on. There's nobody here.
You don't have to outbid anyone. We're just going to be able to get whatever we want for like pennies on the dollar. I've never been to an arcade auction before. Well, one that actually had arcades in it. This looks good so far. There are tons of machines here.
There's a couple of Tekken arcades. I don't know how big of a Tekken I am.
I've seen Simpsons arcades. Excellent. I've seen Sunset Riders. I've seen Karate Champ, Hogan's Alley. I've seen Main Cage. I've seen Donkey Kong. And I'm seeing this really awesome Mario pinball machine, which I know I'm not even going to be coming anywhere close to being able to purchase.
I'm actually hoping to just get something really, really cheap. The budget has not been what it's been in the past, and we just don't have the money to spend.
I'm looking at the Simpsons arcade, this Main Cage, this Donkey Kong, but it's probably gonna get like $400 or $500.
It's about 8:30. Auction should have started 30 minutes ago, but alright, we'll be patient. We've never been. We don't know what's going on.
Oh, really? Now the balls want to come out?
Just heard an announcement that the auction doesn't start until 10 o'clock, and that we arrived 2 hours early. I read the flyer,
and 8 to 10 was the preview. So I gotta kind of own up to the mistake and let the Dongo heads. We could have another couple hours of sleep.
It's don't start till 10.
You f***ing douche. Really? So what? Dude, the flyer said 8 to 10. Apparently 8 to 10 was the preview. You never go by the flyer. Ever. Alright? That's just like taking the first deal when you go to court. Alright? You never take the first deal. It's always the sham deal. I swear to man.
You know what? How are we doing that this early?
You said I'm asking to take on this one? No, I'm going to talk to someone. Don't put it next to the
Why do you want it?
Canvas. Dude, that would be a badass canvas. Why don't you ask him? Say, hey, you guys trashing that? Sell them off the glass out there. Yeah, I'll just take that glass off the front. Don't set the to the dumpster if you don't want to take it. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I see your point. I mean, I want to get kicked out.
The auction doesn't start till over an hour from now, and we've already seen what we want to see. So we're thinking, let's take advantage of the fact that we're up early in the morning and go to a flea market, and then we'll come back.
Am I all white trash with the tire back there? Can't put it where it goes.
It's super white trash. Like Britney Spears style.
The Grand Prairie Flea Market is not too far from here. We haven't been in a while. And the last time we were here, we spoke pretty good.
So the stupid video game Mike just texted me this morning and said, what flea market y'all going to today? So I texted him back and I said, I'm going to the one in Grand Prairie, then an arcade auction. He said, Trader's Village? I said, no sir, down Jefferson. He said, man, I'm already here. So he's at the Grand Prairie Flea Market. But I think I got him interested in the auction because he asked if they had time prices.
The video game Mike is at the Grand Prairie Flea Market, and he goes there quite often, so it's really no surprise that he'd be there this morning.
So at this point, we're thinking, great, we're just going to get the scraps.
Maybe. You know what sucks is he has started collecting the more rare stuff, so now he knows what he's looking for.
I give him a call. I'm like, hey, just stop looking, wait on us, we'll be there in 10 minutes. He said, okay. That video game Mike is a pretty stand-up dude, because me and Joey probably would have said, okay, hung up, and continued looking. Sorry, Mike.
The flea market is pretty dead in terms of shopping. There's a lot of vendors set up, but hardly any shoppers, and this is good for us.
I see it.
We've known Video Game Mike for over a year now, but funny enough, we've never actually gone game chasing with him. And I think it's going to be fun.
Come on, man. This is we went to the arcade auction.
Y'all like it good?
Well, we got there a little too early before it started.
What time did it start?
Last couple hours.
It's the first time I've ever chased with the Game Chasers. Hey, I seen a little Facebook post on Jay's thing, and I asked him what flea market he's gonna be at, and he said Grand Prairie, and I told him I was already here. I know some people were like, "That's your secret spot." The one y'all went to last time. I was like, I'm not telling you.
Hey, don't tell people where the
I'm
spot is.
not. Okay. I'll let him get the first deals, and then I'll let my translator get the next deals, and then I'll take the scraps.
Making our way through the flea market, a few resellers, overpriced stuff, just to be expected. Nothing really sticking out so far.
We come across a guy who has just a box of Super Nintendo games. And we're sitting there picking through the games. And Mike finds a Pokemon Nintendo 64. Uncommon console.
Uncommon console.
You take 9 for it? Love it. That's what I like to see.
This vendor has a box of Super Nintendo games. I look right into it and I immediately see something that catches my eye, and I swoop in like lightning, just strike at it, and I pull it out.
Oh shit, they're gonna catch me slipping on this one right here.
Hey, nobody caught me slipping. Ninja Gaiden Trilogy on the Super Nintendo, baby. Woo!
How much are they anyway? $3 each? $3 each?
This time Billy kind of caught him slipping too with his Ninja Gaiden Trilogy on Super Nintendo. Good find, Billy. Yeah, I said Ninja Gaiden. I don't care if it's Gaiden. Y'all can call it whatever you want. Just get all the comments. Oh, you said Ninja Gaiden wrong. So what? I know I said it right, so it doesn't matter. Y'all are saying it wrong. I don't care. Do something.
You take 20 for the whole box?
Watch it. You can have what's left.
Nah, they ain't gonna get nothing.
I'm really glad we got up in the morning. I mean, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy on the Super Nintendo. No freaking way. No way that this game is still here if we come in our usual 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
You can have scraps, Mike.
Go ahead and get Zelda. You gonna get the scraps?
Yeah, I'll take the scraps.
Can't believe you're getting this. You should
I already bought it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll sell it to you for Ninja Gaiden.
Okay, 15? 15?
So we set the stack of 6 Nintendo games there, and the guy says $15. Pay the man. And let's make off like bandits at this point.
Let me guess, I gotta pay? Give me $1.
I'll help you out.
I'll help you out. Thanks. I wound up getting Doomsday Warrior, Super Bomberman 2, Battletoads Double Dragon, and Super Mario All-Stars.
I got Ninja Gaiden Trilogy and X-Men Mutant Apocalypse for what equates to about a couple of bucks a piece.
First? No. Come on, three.
Man, this is going to make a really great sex toy.
This is new to us getting this early at a flea market. And it's not just because we're lazy. A lot of it has to do with most of it has to do with our cameraman. One works Saturday mornings and the other's Dodongo.
Like, I go to 7 every day for work.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm the same way.
So, this is nothing for me, getting up 6:45, 6:30, 7 o'clock. These two assholes, on the other hand, he hadn't been to bed yet. Only reason he's here, I told him, I said, yo, I'm leaving at 7 o'clock, 7:30 on the dot. With or without you, you better be here.
So you're here this early every
time, yeah. I'm here before they even set up anything.
Really?
Yeah. Some people sleep in their car and shit.
Well, we probably wouldn't have got these deals if we didn't come.
Nah, you wouldn't have.
4 in the afternoon.
Well, you got to think, dude. If we come at that time, he'd have got it.
Yeah, he would.
And he'd been texting us saying, look what I just got, $3 each.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
So run across this lady.
This lady's got over 10 Super Nintendo games, some really sought-after titles, and of course, Jay's got in there first.
I go over there, pick up these games, start looking at them. Well, it seemed like, I don't know, maybe 1.7 seconds later, the other 4 guys are on me like freaking piranhas.
Jay picks up the stack, one drops down, and I swoop in once again and grab it. It's Soul Blazer.
Don't you have to have this one, Billy?
You actually, don't you?
That doesn't mean you get it.
How's it not? You got one. That means I get the next one.
So what?
Those
No,
are the
on rare
rules.
stuff. On rare stuff.
One of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo. I have it boxed, but I could really use a spare copy.
Sure.
Oh, no, I'm getting that.
No, I was going to say that. You promised me the next one. I'll pay you for it.
I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Juice, you want this one?
Excuse me, sir.
$3. Is it 20? Wait. We'll try to get a package deal. We'll get a package deal.
This lady must have thought we were a group of loons.
It's getting to the point where we're about to start fighting over these Super Nintendo games like a pack of ravenous wolves.
There was a Legend of Zelda in there. I told Mike he could have it. So I just get fed up.
I set these down without you snatching them.
You can't grab the whole pile and then start.
I got your foot. You know what? We take 20 for all of them. Let's take them all off your hands. $20.
She sits there and thinks.
25. 25. Okay.
11 games, $25. Do the math on it. $1.50 a game. That's not even right, is it? Do the math on it. Like $2.40 a game or $2.30, $2.20. I don't know. It's almost $2.50 a game.
Pretty good deal. I think it was pretty good games in there. $25. Can't beat that.
So we wound up with 11 games
We
to
have
split
certain
5
issues
ways.
to clear up before we
Since
continue
it was my
any form
money
of
mainly that
relationship.
paid for it, I'm
Business
getting
or
the bulk of
otherwise.
it.
Let's
Billy
lay
wound
our
up with
cards
Soul
on the
Blazer.
table.
Mike
I'm
wound up with
Yakuza,
Legend of
and I know
Zelda.
you worked for
Jesus wound
Salvatore
up
Leone's
with
family. I
Wanderers
can give
from
you one
Wise.
with our organization. But first,
Wise.
you must prove to me that
Yeah,
your
I don't
ties
care
with
if I
the
say it
mafia
wrong.
are
Wanderers from
truly
Wise. I'm
broken.
pronouncing it like it's spelled.
Salvatore
I
Leone
wound up
will
getting
be
Super
leaving
Ghouls and
Luigi's
Ghosts,
in about
You Were
3 hours'
Squadron,
time.
Equinox,
Make sure he
Secret
doesn't
of
reach
Mana,
his club
and
alive.
Lufia and the Fortress of Doom.
Meanwhile, Maria
Adam's
and I will
Family
catch
Pugby
up on
Scavenger
old
Hunt,
times.
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, X-Men Mutant
That's not a
Apocalypse.
massage.
I got him paid for the Secret of Mana. I've already got it. Dodongo really likes that game, but I wasn't going to give him my only copy of it. So I told him if I ever ran across one, I would give, sell, whatever. He'd wind up with the next copy, basically.
So there was 3 different games that we agreed with on that one. And one of them, well, 2 of them now I've already gotten back. One of them was Illusions of Gaia, the other one was Secret of Mana. Now I'm just waiting on Secret of Evermore.
So I paid about $2.50 for the game and sold it to Dodongo for $1.
I was pretty pissed off this morning when they first woke me up, but it's been really good scores for me. I ended up getting 2 canvases, 1 Papa Smurf, and a Secret of Mana for $1. So I'm fucking happy. I wish I would have went ahead and went without y'all now.
We've been here about an hour and a half. The auction's already started. The day has started out great. We scored pretty big time out here. Let's get back to the auction.
All in all, I mean, this was an amazing trip here at the Grand Prairie Flea Market. Amazing.
It was fun. Today was great, man. We all got some good deals.
I just want the record to show it was my idea to come out here.
That's right. You were trying to argue that. Oh, fun. Since we're keeping score, it was my idea to get up early.
That's fine. Hey, since we're keeping score, it was not my idea to get up early.
After we left, Mike went back to the place where he got the Pokemon 64, and the guy told him 5 minutes after we were there, someone came by and bought the rest of the box for $20. If we had not been there earlier, we'd have missed out on gold.
I let him have a couple good deals. That's fine. I'm gonna get them the rest of the week.
Pulling into the parking lot and looking at the pack.
The auction is already kicked off. It's in
Total 675 right there, the last number 167.
We've seen what some of these machines have sold for. $400, $500, $600. If it stays up there, it's gonna be out of our price range, and we don't have anything. We've had luck at a flea market. We're thinking about just scrapping the whole auction idea and going to another flea market.
We want to stay here, take the chance of wasting a day when we probably won't be able to afford anything at this arcade auction. Decisions. This is just the way game chasing goes.
Oh, I'm a floating head. Huh?
On a normal day, what time do you wake up? Like if you didn't have to go to work?
If I didn't have to go to work, I wouldn't fucking wake up. I could sleep for 24 hours if I wanted to. I've done it before.
There's gonna be a lot of coin drops in this one.
Trouble? What do you got? Give me that.
Did they do the Donkey Kong tabletop yet? No.
Hold me out right there on the megaphone in front of everybody.
I think Rue is ringing with them that we found so many games out there.
Oh man, I'm just putting myself back in that moment.
Everyone knows Texas is a big state,
which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them. Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games.
and give them a proper home in our game.
The arcade auction's been going on for about 30 minutes now. About 10 machines have been sold. I do know this, that if these machines keep selling at this price, the only thing that we're going to be buying are Cokes from the Coke machine on the way out of here.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We came in like 9, 8 o'clock, 8. And there was nobody here. We're like, we thought it started at 8, right?
No surprise here, the Mario pinball machine ended up selling for over $1,000. What is surprising for me, however, that it didn't sell for much over $1,000. I honestly think that was kind of low. But I don't know much about pinball machines, so maybe it's right. I don't know.
We've had luck at a flea market. We're thinking about just scrapping the whole auction idea and going to another flea market. Something's just telling me just don't leave yet, hang out, just be patient and wait.
Did they do the Donkey Kong tabletop yet? No, they haven't done they're like slowly moving this way, but they missed the back end.
So it's time to start the bidding on one of the machines that me and Jay had our eyes on from the very beginning, the Donkey Kong tabletop.
I'm just really hoping that nobody in here is into retro gaming.
I'm trying to be a cheapskate and get this tabletop Donkey Kong machine for $100.
I don't have a lot of optimism about our ability to stay in the bidding process in this machine for too long. But you never know. Maybe nobody in here is into retro games.
It'll probably go for 6.
Keeping my fingers crossed.
Yeah, it works. I know. 1, 2, 33 negatives. What did you do? Donkey Kong cocktail. Looks like she's working. It's a 2-player. What did you do? How much you pay? We get 2, now 3, 2, we get 300. 2, we get 3, now 4, 3, we get 4, we get 400. All we get 400. 3, we get 350. 3, now 3, we get 3.5, we get 50, we get 3.5, we get 350. Where? Now 3, we get 3.5, we get 350. Bill, anybody else? 325. I'll take 3 1/4 one time.
A little bit.
3 1/4, now 350.
I had a cap.
Sure, you're out 350. 3 1/4 here. We get 350. We get 325. 350. One more time. 350.
One of the other machines I had my eye on was this Nintendo Hogan's Alley cabinet. And we're getting around to it.
Gun doesn't work. I tested it yesterday.
Yeah, no, we get a good deal on it though.
I'm really hoping I can get this thing for about, $25 or so. And then frozen change.
Versus Hogan's Alley, around 187 right there. What do you want to get on original Nintendo Hogan's Alley right there? What do you want to get on it? How much you pay? We got 100 now, buck and a half. 100 on the bill where? We got 100 starting out. 100 where?
Starts with 100. No one says it.
What the first shooting games ever made?
25.
25 whole dollars. And now 50. 25, maybe 50. The total quarter now 75. Come on, time pocket 75.
The guy looks at me and says, "Come on, tight pockets."
No,
don't work.
Anybody else on that all night?
Hold me out right there on the megaphone in front of everybody. I honestly don't know enough about arcades to know if it's an easy fix or not.
So right here, $100 number 140.
If the gun's an easy fix, someone got to steal it.
Well, it's not very pleasant in here. They have these giant fans running because there's no air conditioning. This is an abandoned mall. I'm hoping people just walk out because they just can't stand it anymore. There's more arcades for us.
So finally we come down to the last thing that I've had my eye on today. A Tekken cabinet.
This Tekken cabinet really isn't in the best shape, but Jay's a huge Tekken fan.
Like I said, $20. I don't hear anything. Lights are on, nobody's home. We get $25.
It goes down to $10. 10.
Now 20, we get 20. Sell us that dollar bill, sell us that before it changes his mind.
You know what? If the thing doesn't work, if I can't get it working cheap, I spent $10 on it. I'll take a gamble at $10. Who would, right?
Somebody arcade auction it all.
$10. Jay just scored a Tekken cabinet for $10. I can't believe it. I'm in shock right now, honestly.
So I've always wanted to have an arcade machine, and now I finally have one. Now I just hope I can get it working.
Even if the thing doesn't work, it's worth $10. It's just going to components.
I mean, you know what? For $10, I have the meat and potatoes right there. All I got to do is change out the board, the game board. I can put anything I want. I can put Tekken 1. I can put Tekken 4, Tekken Tag, Tekken 3. I can turn it into a main machine, a multi-player. I can buy a Donkey Kong board and throw that in. I can do whatever I want with this thing. Now, granted, I don't know how to do any of that.
Jay just scored his Tekken cabinet for $10. I'm looking on my phone. I just found a Craigslist ad for a game board, boxed game board, $15. So we're gonna head there now. It's kind of a long drive, not too long.
It's pretty much gonna kill the rest of our day. I'm gonna pay for my $10 Tekken cabinet, and I'll come back tomorrow and pick this up.
I broke it down because he told me to. Stupid Jay. He's never been to an auction before, so he's thinking that he's gonna have to pick up Tekken today. And he didn't, so he's like, hey, go break it down for me real fast. Keep what you're going to. Because I saw this and I thought to myself, you know, canvases, you know, at least the plexiglass and, you know, the back piece of wood. So I came out here, busted it down like a Dodongo does in about 5-10 minutes, you know what I mean? Not a big deal. Broke a little bit of a sweat. Turns out I didn't have to do shit. This motherfucker's just fronting.
You broke it for nothing?
I broke it for nothing. I broke it. Yeah, I actually had to kick it out and I broke my own piece. Broke the canvas off. So now I gotta figure that out.
I think Rue is ring with envy every time some of these games happen.
Catch him slipping. He's all the way halfway across the country.
Well, he's really going to be pissed off when he sees what we have to happen. That's really going to make.
Which at this point he's already seen it. Sorry about that, Rue. Let's just play game chase and go. Sorry, Rue.
That's where you get the caught slip and go. Sucks being in North Carolina.
Actually, you know what?
You gonna call him?
Yes.
You gonna call him a rub it in?
Yeah. They heard that you're getting a little jealous over our fines. You said that Texas is the place where retro games go to die.
You want to cool it down today because you're gonna get pretty pissed off. It decides.
Actually, I'm not sure what I talked to you about Craigslist today.
Ryan?
Yes. Is it okay for the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, let's see. Ryan?
Oh, hey, what's up, man?
Alright, I'm Ryan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. 15?
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
let me show you what you're getting there.
$15 for this is great. I love the Game Boy. Never had a box. So box for the Game Boy is something
Sitting in the box.
looking for.
Nice. Got the Game Boy itself. I tested it out. You're welcome to test it if you want. I took 10% put some batteries in. Got the original booklets. The 2-player wire to connect to another Game Boy and the original box. The only thing it doesn't have is the little styrofoam inside because it's got a little battery conversion on there, so we're going to do that out.
That's, I mean, $15 is a good deal, so awesome. Thank you for holding it for me. I'm sure you had some other calls on it.
No, you were the first one, so
yeah, I appreciate it.
Off the market as soon as you call.
I appreciate it.
Fortunately, the box doesn't have the foam in it. Bummer, but for $15, I'm not going to complain.
You want a license too?
Been one in the box for a while now, so yeah, I consider it a pretty good deal.
All right, well, you got my number. If you can think of anyone,
yeah, sure.
Call me up and we'll go take a look at it. So we're in the, as you've seen, we have a shelf stuff in the market. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
If he was a girl, then I would have been at least checking him out. I would call today a huge success on so many different levels.
$10 for a ticket cabinet, the scores at the flea market. One of the best game chasing days we've had outside my first one.
It was a score for me. I didn't enjoy waking up that early, but, you know. Oh, man, I'm just putting myself back in that moment.
It's been a long day, a really, really long day. I'm eager to actually sit down and relax and reflect upon our success of the day. Really, really good day today, to say the least.
You're right, buddy.
I'm mad now.
You got a Tekken cabinet for $10.
I know, but that fucking totally pisses me off, man. It's bullshit. If they were to just get their fucking money and then shut it down, okay, fine, I get that. You gotta pay for the motherfucking highway, right? But when you sit there and just rape the public because you're a fucking actor and we can't do anything about it,
They always trick you to get on the road.
Yeah, dude, like that! I went around the motherfucking tongue road, and it goes right back to the fucking tongue road. It's bullshit. And then if you don't fucking pay it, like your bill quadruples. I was like 2 days late. I told lady, I'm like, lady, you're crazy. I was like, I ain't paying this. For 2 days late, nah, it ain't gonna happen, sorry. Well, how about if we cut it in half? I'm like, alright, cut it in half.
Yuck him up, motherfuckers, both of you. This ain't funny.
Apparently, once the actual toll road is paid for, it's illegal for the city or the state to keep taxing for it. So what they do is they sell it off to a company or whatnot, and that's who's actually charging the dump everything. Never got a ticket for it. Never got any sort of charges or nothing. Paid for it. The guy who owned it. Yesterday we had a great day game chasing. Today we're gonna go pick up my iPad.
$25. $25 for a 4-player bunker. It's crazy. It's crazy. If I had anywhere to put this, I would have played it. Where would I put it? I just killed it when Jenny came home, and this was sitting smack down in the other. I literally killed it. Yeah, they did. And that one came on and worked. It was kind of buried by fans. What are you going to do if something past the Yeah, probably. I mean, like, checking $2 or $10, you know, if it didn't sell, I'd have pulled the board out and on eBay, probably get $30 for it.
Testing thing out, the marquee lights up, but the screen doesn't come on. Don't know what's wrong. The owner is proficient in fixing arcades, and hopefully he can tell us what's going on.
There's certain chats work for certain too. Right. There's no reason why I pick it out because I was just why I always open it out.
Right. Apparently there's a board that's going in here that somebody pulled all the stuff out of. And
I'm pretty sure this is Tekken 2. I think Tekken 3 was a different system board.
You might be right.
Yeah, I could be wrong too. I know Tekken 4 is like a I think it's like a Naomi system though. I mean, as far as the board system goes. I can do it. What is this thing? That would be. I can tell you real quick what it is. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really matter because it's tough. I'm attacking How did you say you tighten these up? They're probably correct. They're on the way to put up new game came out, they always like to master and beat it until they rust. And then they would go on in the next game. Go and follow me, I got a test it from the office.
I appreciate your time right now.
Probably, I always like to help somebody learn something, or think out things.
He hooks it up, boom, pops right up on his screen back in the office.
When they came out with Tekken 2, somebody found a flaw in the game where some character was probably overly powerful compared to the rest. So if you challenge somebody in that one punch-man, that one character, they win all the time. And people complain, so they come in and come out with some new chip update or some new version of the board that, oh well, you know, don't worry about that. Come out and buy the new Tekken 2. You know, it's gonna make more money because it's more balanced. Yeah, it's like you're looking at the picture and so. That's awesome. Yeah, I think the board runs one. I think like $40-50. You know,
I paid 10. So
yeah,
I'm not complaining.
That's why I said I didn't want to be over there watching what some stuff was selling for because I knew I already had a headache.
We have certain issues to clear up before we continue any form of relationship.
It all went well. The idea was that your Mario
Let's lay our cards on the table. I'm Yakuza, and I know you work with Salvatore Leone's family. I can give you work
and I asked him, I'm like, hey,
but first
you
you
know,
must
since
prove to me that
you
your
do,
ties with the Mafia are
can you
truly
give me the
broken.
piece? Can you install it?
Salvatore Leone will be leaving Luigi's in about 3 hours' time. Make sure he doesn't reach his club alive. Meanwhile, Maria and I will catch up on old times.
Oh, Sokka, you've got a massage.
That's not a massage.
I don't work my monitors myself. I have a guy that works for me, Carl, who does my monitor repair. So if you want to leave it here,
that's fine.
If you want to leave it here, and then I can just try to get going and you can call next week.
Yeah, what's the total cost?
I'll try to get it for
I'm sure he's spending a little more than $10 now to have a fully working checking cabinet, but I think before the auction, if you had said, hey Dave, you want a checking cabinet for $60, you would have taken it. Pretty good.
Long story short, there's a cord that goes from the monitor that everything plugs into, so it plays on the monitor, and someone had taken it out yesterday. So he's going to get his tech to replace it for me, and $45–50 on top of the 10 I paid, and $60 I got to take him to a cabinet.
Somebody pulled a Shady J.
Someone pulled a Shady J. Mortal Kombat in my second cabinet, fatality with the spine out. So,
you know what? I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I know, I'm tired. I'm just saying.
Just gotta figure out now where he's gonna put it. Because
well, I'm a floating head, man.
Pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure Jay saw like Nintendo in all our games when we were younger. I mean, can't really blame the guy at the time, you know. We were kind of living like Lord of the Flies. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but that would be a really good comparison of the household at the time. Bunch of kids, bunch of half-naked kids running around starving. Hey, that's a good question. Where were our parents? System doesn't work. I guess when they tried it or tried to turn it on, they jammed the cartridge in it too hard and one of the pins broke off.
So we'll try to get these things bundled up and walk out of here with a pretty good deal.
Oh, that's not. Shut the door. Somebody doesn't want to go back in the mosh pit and they're kind of scared. You're pushing them back. You're like, no, no. Everyone knows Texas is a big state. Which means we got a lot of games here. It's our job to find them.
Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games.
And give them a proper home in our game. That's like a video game Rain Man. It's like the Rain Man of video games. You just know so freaking much. Him and Gamester 81 Buck. You don't make a really good bit. Pat versus Gamester 81 and like a video game Jeopardy.
We've been game chasing all day today, been striking out like that.
Head to head, see who knows the most. You know?
That'd be kind of cool.
And like
I mean, like who would be the prize though? You know?
I don't. Bragging rights, I guess. I don't know. Or
we should try to set that up.
We went to Henderson's Flea Market in Fort Worth.
A couple of overpriced resellers. Not much to find here.
One thing I did find there was a speaking spell. And this was a kid from the 80s that helped kids learn how to spell. And it clearly didn't help me out.
Yeah, I totally had one of these. I think every kid in the 80s did. So.
More? We take 5 for that and the book? Yeah. There we go.
Jay also found a strategy guide for Super Mario Sunshine. So we need that bundling together.
$5 for Speaking Spell and Super Mario Sunshine. Not bad.
The thing works. It's just how I remember it. So I was happy to find it.
I mean, seriously, do you know anyone or know of anyone who knows more about video games and consoles and gaming?
I mean, because it's like, I could just ask him those obscure questions and be like, oh, yeah, what's that?
Yeah, well, like when I called him on that American Piano, you didn't have to think about it.
We went to a couple of Goodwills and didn't find anything. And Goodwills are getting really bad with the pricing stuff now, too, just like everyone else. In fact, we saw an Xbox for $80. An original Xbox for $80.
We need to call those guys out and set something up. Are they both going to be at Vegas?
They should be.
That'd be fucking perfect. Dude, that would be so freaking perfect.
Okay, yeah, we'll like set up a little booth right there in the
we'll get some kind of
trivia.
You know what? Let's not even tell them and just spring it on them. We'll be like, hey, hey John, what's up? Nice to see you. Good to see you. You got your little hat says 81 on it. And, hey, Pat, nice hair. And your eyes are awesome. And oh, by the way, why don't you guys have a seat? And then freaking like this whole freaking stage will just unfold and Alex Trebek, we wouldn't even try to get him on there.
It's getting pretty late in the day. All the flea markets and stuff are starting to close down. So what we're going to do is head to a retail store called Animation Games here in Fort Worth.
So we walk in and see some box games, see some.
I don't think it's any idea.
Yes, SNES stuff.
I just want to see all of them, actually.
Not bad, not bad. It usually goes for around 15 online without the box. So I'm thinking about it. Do I want a horrible game that much?
This place is kind of small, but half of it's dedicated to card-playing games like Magic and stuff. The other half does have a really good selection of retro games.
Oh, hey, they got Star Trek. Sure? Sure. Is it like Star Trek? Yeah.
Shut up.
They have like a bargain bin of Sega Genesis games, and I'm seeing a couple right now.
It's $1.99 a piece.
Well, I mean, you're going after that stuff like you can put it on.
Over there trying to wheel and deal. I had my eye on that one Sega Master System game. He's over there trying to undercut me.
See a cluster of Master System games that catches my eye, and I'm trying to beef up my Master System collection, so I want to make a go at them.
How much are the Sega?
I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can just buy them all.
Well, how much are the original price?
She said they were going to sell them in a lot with the Master System, but the Master System doesn't work. I guess when they tried it or tried to turn it on, they jammed the cartridge in it too hard and one of the pins broke off.
So you're trying to buy all the
games.
We have certain issues to clear up before we continue any form of relationship.
We do have a...
You want to do them all for like
Let's
$1
lay our
each? I'll
cards
buy
on
all
the
of them
table.
for $1 each.
I'm Yakuza, and I know you work for Salvatore Leone's family.
Okay, yeah, call him and ask him if he wants to do that.
Well, the owners aren't there, and of course, I need to call the owners, so I'm like, call the owners. And she's on the phone playing middleman, going back and forth.
We'll do 12. Well, I mean, ask him if we'll go 12. I'll meet him in the middle on it. I mean, we collect all this old stuff, so, I mean, I hate to get out of here without at least asking about it, so.
Finally, she's like, look, they'll be here in a few minutes, you can talk to me, because I don't blame her, she was just tired of being in the middle of it.
You can have California games all the way around.
Oh, thank you.
I will take Alex Kidd, though.
It's like, oh my God, just wait until they get here.
And y'all just have to come in, like, every week or every other week. That's when we can, we'll gather up inventory during the weekday.
Right.
And the weekend, we have a couple buyers actually, and then Parker, man, they come in, they take all our new retro stuff. So
the owners of the store come in, and immediately they start negotiating with Jay over the Sega Master System games.
And the Master System games sells for
We agreed on $12. It worked out, I guess. $12 for 8 games.
That's a very good deal on these Master System games. Anytime you can get boxed Master System games for around the clock, I think you score. And I know that at least one of these Jay has a duplicate of. So we're gonna go to snatch it.
I think she told me $199.
I purchased on the Sega Genesis Alex Kidd and Awesome Possum. Complete in box awesomeness. What do you mean that I can download the bombs for free online? I've been scammed. I also ended up picking up Midway's Arcade Treasures 2 on the PlayStation 2. I love these compilation discs, and I wanted to really check out Tony Khan if he's on here.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming by.
Overall, Evolution Games is a great store, great prices. You do what we do, we go to all these detail stores, you see the really bad ones, you see the really good ones.
I think the owners understand, you know, you give the customers a good deal, they're going to come back. Which I wish more people would catch on to.
And I know I'm going to be coming back here quite often, especially since it's pretty close to my apartment. So another day of game chasing. We're driving down the road and we see a big sign on the side of the road that says Al's Flea Market. It's a big building, it's an indoor flea market. We've got to stop and check a place like this out.
Indoor flea market, my ass, it's an antique store. I particularly do not like antique stores. You rarely find anything, and overall it's just a waste of time, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a bummer that it's actually an antique store and not a flea market, but at the same time, we're here, we got time, we gotta check it out.
Antique dealers price everything accordingly, and sometimes, usually, overpriced.
Oftentimes when people are pricing things in the antique store, what they do is they'll go to eBay, look at the highest price, and those prices pretty comparable, sometimes even higher than that. So the whole time in the store, Jay has been one big sourpuss.
He's got a scowl on his face.
Because of two things. One, we're at an antique store, and he doesn't like that.
I don't know what his problem is.
And two, the Dongo.
I'm pretty sure it had to have been something that I did, otherwise he wouldn't be yelling at me.
Those two have been fighting all day today. It's really nothing new, they're constantly fighting. Those two would fight on Christmas Eve during a world peace celebration.
I'm done because now you're just trying to twist and manipulate the conversation to where you're you cannot buy a $15 brand new GPS. You can't do it.
And not anywhere at all.
It can't.
Okay, all right. Not even online.
I didn't say that.
Personal private
As I'm walking up to this one final booth here in the back of the flea market, I look into this case and what do I see but a Parasite Eve 1 and 2 on the PlayStation.
Parasite Eve 2, $6.
I already have Parasite Eve 1. I really enjoyed it back in the day, and I recently have gotten it again, and I've always been on the lookout for part 2. And it's only marked $6. No. This is also a store for the Dongo because he's been wanting Parasite Eve 1. So what we're going to try to do is get a package deal, and hopefully we can both get a pretty good score.
I've always wanted to play the first one because I've always heard rave reviews about the bullshit stuff.
I'm actually looking at these shooters.
So I reach in, I grab Parasite Eve 2, I open it up, check the discs of course, and no disc 1.
Not all right. You happen to know what the...
And I think I priced that one lower because it had...
Huge disappointment, but I think to myself that maybe the same person owned both of these games, so it's quite possible that the missing disc is in part 1. So I reach in, I grab Parasite Eve 1, I open it up.
Did you say you could go with 1? Okay. I'd be interested in that.
And lo and behold, the first disc for Parasite Eve 2 is in here, and I breathe a sigh of relief.
This one, Parasite Eve 2? This one? That's for,
So I'm going to try to get these things bundled up and walk out of here with a pretty good deal.
I wanted this one, but if I got both of them, would you give me a deal on both at the same time? Both for 8?
Can do that. Can do that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll take them up to you.
Thanks. So she says $8 for both games, and I'm thinking immediately just sold because I mean, watch I don't have early down. I mean, it's a heck of a deal. You can't beat that.
Oh, she's cute.
866. Always more than $10 for pay with credit card.
Look at her in the background.
Yeah, I could have downloaded the raw for Parasite E2. Do I feel I've been scammed? I don't really. I don't really feel that way. Although I could be an idiot and just don't realize I'm being scammed. Possibly.
Bigfoot is definitely real, along with the chupacabra.
You got cash?
Water over right here.
The doggo has cash.
That was a pretty good deal on those two games. If that knuckleheads stick out, it don't matter. It's whatever. I'm a lot of moves. It don't matter.
Yeah, I think Jay's a little disappointed that he didn't find any games here, but I mean that's what you get when you're being a salad face.
I think in games, no game's fine.
So I guess the moral of the story is if you got time, and even if you think that there's probably a 99% chance you're not going to find anything, still take a look, because you never know. So a fan by the name of Scott contacted us and asked us if we would like backstage passes to the corn concert in Dallas. And I said,
Scott, corn personal assistant for the car player. I also collect video games. I've been working for the Horrible Corporation of GameStop. I invited Billy and Jay out to the Dallas show, Corn show. Figured, maybe there's a chance they'd be interested in heavy metal, rock music. Just figured, that the robot had a bit of metal in it. I could tell,
So yeah, I got high, got blazed right before the show.
Billy and Jay are probably going to get fucked up in the mosh pit if they go into the mosh pit.
whoa, no copyrighted music here. I'm not going to have the copyright police be knocking on my door.
Yeah, it was great. I actually went into the mosh pit with the camera. I was just like, man, this is going to make for some really good footage. Because, okay, Melville is there. And picture like this. Melville is very, very timid. He's not going to go up and just shove a camera in somebody's face like Don is. I don't care. I'll do it. And what's really funny is you always have that occasion where somebody doesn't want to go back in the mosh pit and they're kind of scared and they're pushing them back and they're like, no. You kind of feel sorry for those people, but not really. Overall, it was a good show. The showmanship is still there. All the music was on point. Everybody was still doing everything, and it sounded exactly like it always did.
Earlier today, I met a fan of my channel. He took me out to lunch. He was asking me questions like, is it weird that I know stuff about you? I was like,
Scott is the personal assistant to one of the guitarists in the band, so he's actually touring with Korn. And so he's doing some road game chasing himself.
No matter where you put this, actual, like Game Chasers or by itself, I'm sure there's going to be just random haters of
We went to Caves of Wonders.
Yeah. Something different. So, but anyways, here's the 4 games so far in Texas that I've managed to find. I got like $19 on all of them. So I got Shinobi 2 on Game Gear. I think that was like $3. Awesome. I got Rayman 3 on Game Boy Advance. I was looking for the 10th anniversary that had this and Rayman Advance, but
You're big. You should get Astro Boy.
Astro Boy? Okay, I do not own that yet. Shakan, and then one NES game, Draken. We'll find out.
Yeah, there was people getting high there. Not actually in the show for some reason. I don't know why. That didn't make any sense.
So Ray tossed his drumsticks into a crowd, and I was lucky enough to actually get one signed by him. I guess that's Game Chasers 3.0.
It was a really fun time, and I appreciate Scott inviting us all out there. Wait for Jay to get home from his unclogging toilets and meet me here at the arcade auction because of his arcade. I already paid for it because he's broke. I'm broke too, but it ended up being $100, a little bit more than what he anticipated.
So a couple weeks ago, I won a Tekken 2 cabinet at an auction for $10. The thing wasn't working, so we talked to the owner of the store here, and he said that he would go ahead and fix it for me, and here we are picking it up now.
I'm still wondering where in the hell he is going to put this thing. I'm going to have to end up moving a bit of trash from one area of the apartment to the next area of the apartment.
I have a lot of faith in it. If they use that. So we got the thing strapped in, about to make our way home. I'm hoping that we can get this thing home in one piece, but with our luck, it'll probably wind up in a million pieces in the middle of Cooper.
I should get the quarters that are in there.
Right now, because I need a soda.
So we're here at Jay's apartment. I still don't know where we're going to put this thing.
The Dongo recently moved out, but he didn't take his shit with him. So basically, I have the Dongo shit all over my apartment, and I have no room to put my arcade. I'm not starting with the shelf open. Dude, if we try to move this, everything's gonna fall. Yes, it is. I won't be able to open the door.
To build? Not all the way. Go into Jay's game room, and it's pretty much out of the question. It's just too packed in here.
Can you put it in his room? No, we can't put it in his room.
Pretty much the only obvious place to put it is here in the corner.
That's where I want it, but I gotta put that somewhere first. Until the Dongo comes in.
Hold on. I can't find the bridge. This is true.
Come on, West Nile, shut the door. I think just say good morning.
I can't bear to see you like this.
You're so stupid. Got the Tekken 2 cabinet for $10 at the auction, $100 to get it working properly. Under $10, and I finally got something I've been wanting for a very long time. Not only an arcade, but a Tekken arcade. I've got the chest ready. We hit start again. One more time? Sure. It's okay, I beat Pat too.
Oh man, this is the best game ever. Tekken only uses 4 buttons.
That's all it needs.
I'm not jealous because it's Tekken. You know, I don't. Tekken. It's Tekken. I mean, come on, my tastes are exquisite. Ninja Turtles arcade. It'll be a while before I get mine.
I think you're just trying to scam me out of my Tekken 2 cabinet by saying it sucks.
Bigfoot is definitely real. Why would you put that?
Ultimately, the joke's on Joey here because
you could have downloaded it. What's wrong with these guys?
when you see a giant pig in the dumpster, you gotta get it. No questions asked.
You tried to trash dig a freaking like 6-foot cow out of the freaking trash. I tell him, I'm like, that goes right in your truck. He goes, I'll put it back.
Yeah, just like the top loader.
I'm not worried about that. That's cool.
You having flashbacks right
Because I still have Musha and you don't.
Billy like Jedi mind tricked him into saying he didn't want it. He was like, this isn't the game you're looking for.
I'm like, I'll take that.
That's seriously the stupidest question you've ever asked me. Everyone knows Texas is a big state.
which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them. Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games. Give them a proper hunt. Hard.
Fine, I'll take the minivan.
We're heading to Las Vegas, Nevada, for the Classic Gaming Expo.
I've been to Vegas once before, and I've always wanted to go back.
Going to Vegas, baby. So we're caravanning, we're rolling like 8 deep. It's me and Billy, it's Melbourne, it's Eric, it's the wives/girlfriends, some friends of ours from a long time.
Sin City might get some hookers, some blows, and some games, hopefully.
The drive to Vegas from here is a little over 20 hours. And of course, like always, when we do the game chasing on the way.
Oh. Yeah, that's nice.
Are you naked?
No, I'm in the shower.
Yes, that's so easy.
Exactly what's on today.
The funny part is on the way out of DFW, everyone was moving to my place.
I got to look at Billy's game room for the first time. It was a lot cleaner than the video that was online earlier.
Where's that natural picture?
Look like breaker or anything.
So we wanted to leave about 11 o'clock. Because just like everything else we do, nothing goes according to plan. Not like we ever have a real plan per se, but we're just letting out everyone.
How many mics come out? See, I have like fluid.
So finally, everybody's here, and it's time to hit the road.
Oh, it's on, dudes. I've been here for like an hour waiting to open the damn gate.
The schedule. Roswell, New Mexico, here we come.
I can't tell if Jay's falling asleep at the wheel or not because the car, like, either that or he's driving like a
I haven't been falling asleep at the wheel. It's funny that Eric would say something like that when he was in the back snoring. So I don't know where he gets the from, but me and 5 Hour Energy here, we're gonna be all right.
Just at Roswell, New Mexico. This is somewhere I've been wanting to go for a very long time.
I have always wanted to go to Roswell because I'm big into aliens and stuff. I think they're interesting, if you will.
Of course aliens exist. What kind of question is that? That's seriously the stupidest question you've ever asked me. Do aliens exist?
Now, never dance with a
Made it to Roswell. Everything downtown is obviously alien oriented.
Dude, it makes everything look 3D.
That's weird, isn't it? All the alien stuff is nice, it's cool. Let's go find some games now.
The problem with us game chasing on the way to Vegas is that not everybody in our caravan is into looking for retro video games.
Well, can we stay on Main Street while y'all go to a flea market?
What?
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
What are you all talking about?
We said, well, how long are we going to be at this flea market?
Y'all ready to go home? It's all up to you. It's indoors.
We're stopping at places and wanting to stop at places, and we can kind of feel the tension in the cars with people who don't want to be doing this.
I don't like flea markets. They're scary.
We go to this indoor flea market and basically walk in, walk out. There was no games there.
I think we were up a little too early to go flea market, and as you can see, the flea market's like...
However, you know, we ran across a few interesting people.
Now, the aliens that they found were the Greys, and there's two types of Greys.
I gotta be honest, I'm kind of a weird guy. I think I would fit in well in this town.
I have a question about all that though. Is there anywhere we can go to get some retro video games?
They love the alien stuff. They love to tell you about the alien stuff. We learned a lot.
There was a place down in Second called Galaxy, but I don't know if they have retro.
So she points us in the direction of a local game store called Galaxy. That wasn't me, motherfucker. That wasn't to me, dude.
Jay, that was you, bro. That smells like...
Hey, quit fronting. That wasn't me. Someone fucking farted.
So we're here at Galaxy Games. I'm hoping for some out-of-this-world deals.
They're already in there scoping out the joint, I'm sure.
Alright, so here's the deal. Me and Billy have decided that nobody tries to run up ahead, we'll walk in, we'll ask to film.
You don't go in and start game chasing before we've established yet from the establishment if we're able to shoot it out.
And I'm talking to the clerk, and Eric's over here just like looking at games and still we're like, dude, Eric, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm looking at games. I'm like, dude, you can't look at games yet. Just wait a second. Let's get permission to film whatnot.
I tried to one-up the guys a little bit. I was already peeking, and they did call me out on it, so I was like, you know what? I won't look, but sure enough, the second that it was open game to go for the games...
What asking for this Mario is missing?
You son of a gun!
Mario's missing? What'd you say?
That's what I was looking
Second
at.
shelf, right there. What do you ask?
Second that we went to go ahead and start shooting, Jay called for one of the games I was looking for, which is Mario's Missing on the NES.
I guess we were locked in at the same game at the exact same time. I spoke up first.
What are you asking for that?
Well, normally the NES games we sell for $4 each. Harder to find ones though, 6, 8.
Okay.
And I was like, that son of a... And sure enough, the guy goes, yeah, they're only $4. So you can't beat $4 NES games that are actually kind of uncommon.
Can I see Boyne's Blob? I think it's right above. That shirt you got too.
What about that one that's above Birthday Blowout?
This thing?
Yeah.
So I see another uncommon game on the Super Nintendo shelf. Joy Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics. This is a game that I've been on the lookout for.
Joy Mac 2 up there.
Hey, don't be looking at the Super Nintendo games yet.
I can hear you.
Even though $18 is more than I usually spend on a single game, I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet on this one because this is a game, like I said, that I've been looking for a while, and it's reasonably priced. So, yeah, we're not always cheapskates. See, there you go.
Well, can we go back there?
Well, we can just stand on top of each other.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
May I see what that black one above Vegas Dream is?
You're so polite.
Eric spots a really uncommon game on the NES, Battletoads Double Dragon.
So I said, hey, can I check out the Battletoads Double Dragon right there?
Pretty damn good find, right? I don't know if he's just stupid, his brain is small, or I don't know what's going on with him. But Billy like Jedi mind tricked him into saying he didn't want it. He was like, this isn't the game you're looking for. And Eric's like, it's not the game I'm looking for.
We looked at it and the label was kind of messed up. And I didn't think anything of it. But then Billy kind of like turned and looked at me and he goes, I don't know, dude. That doesn't look like it's in that great a condition.
The dude goes, yeah, you're right. He hands it back to the guy.
Eric's like, I don't want it.
I'll take that.
I'm about to catch him slipping.
About to catch you slipping, dude. This happened once with the top loader. Remember that.
I'll take it.
Dang. I don't need it. Dang.
I can get that sticker off.
Eric, what are you doing? Oh, Billy said that the label was damaged and this and that and blah, blah. No, Eric, you're an idiot. You got it. You got taken, son.
And he just gave me that look that I got caught slipping, and I couldn't believe it.
Big bucks, you can't pass that up.
I caught him slipping so bad on that game, he slid right out through the door. He looked like Kevin off a Home Alone going down the stairs. He's like, whoa!
It's alright, Billy. It's just Battletoads and Double Dragon. It's a hard game anyway. I can't beat the first stage.
That is getting undercut right there. The top loader, you didn't get undercut on the top loader. You got undercut on the Battletoads Double Dragon, dude. Sorry about you.
Yeah, just like the top loader.
I'm not worried about that. That's cool.
Are you having flashbacks right now?
Because I still have Musha and you don't.
Hey.
He's got Flintstones, you don't.
I don't care about Flintstones.
I don't think that Eric looked really closely enough at the label. The label looks like it's torn, but it's not. It actually has residue of a Blockbuster sticker over it. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, and this is a really uncommon game, and I'm more than happy to pay $8 for it in the condition that it's in, because I think that I can get it looking pretty goddamn good, honestly.
The reason why y'all got those is because I pointed them out. That's cool.
God, what? What'd you point out? You didn't point anything out, dude.
It's not like we wouldn't have seen it.
I said Mario was missing when we were in here.
Did you?
The first place that we actually go looking at games as a group, and I already got screwed over twice within 5 minutes.
Can we see this Megatech son of a Sega cartridge here?
It's actually to an old stand-up arcade unit. Just lock into the motherboard.
How much for that Game Boy Micro?
$20. And the actual cost you about
I could literally spend all my spending money on this trip right here, right now. I can't do that, though, because I know there's going to be a ton of stuff at the convention, so I have to hold back a little bit.
Oh, actually, can I see that right there? That, yeah.
This one actually, if we were ever probably going to clean it because
Billy runs across a pirated multi-cart. I believe it's a 52-in-1. No, not an Action 52.
It's impossible to know like what the value is. I mean, someone could be willing to pay $100, some could be willing to only pay $1.
But it's like, where do you price it?
it's worth $10 to you.
Yeah. You know something? I'm going to see how much money I can have after this trip is done, and on our way back, I might actually come by and get it.
Billy said, maybe I'll get it on the way back through. I knew we weren't coming back through this way. What's the price set on it? 10. I'll take it for 10 if you're not gonna. As soon as Billy said, this ain't the game I'm looking for, I was like, I'll take it. That made Eric very, very happy. The thing about these pirated multi-carts is there's no book value on it. Well, I guess you can technically say there's no book value on any of these games, but there's no book value on these pirated carts. I guess in a resale environment, you can pretty much charge what someone's willing to pay for it, honestly. If someone's a hardcore collector of stuff like that, I look for it. We all know I'm cheap, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot.
Look, I couldn't spend another $10 in the store. I gave it up willingly. I wasn't tricked into doing it, so I don't think that I was caught slipping. I put the game down because I did not want it. I should have got the game.
Very shady.
You set it down.
I said that I was going to come by and get it after the convention.
We're not coming through here on the way back.
How are we not? It's the same path.
It's not the same path.
How is it not the same path?
We came to Roswell. It's out of the way. It actually adds like an hour and a half to our total time.
Kind of justified what he did to me with the Battletoads game, so I was a little bit happy.
Did I see this Legend of Zelda on 64?
Yeah, Jay found a factory-sealed Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time that, for whatever reason, was still on the shelf.
This was 25?
Now, the thing is not exactly mint. It's got quite a few flaws in it. The plastic is torn.
You got good job, but it's going to... Okay, there's a slight little tear in it, okay? It's still factory sealed, big deal.
Despite that, I'd still give it probably around a 60 on the BGG. Billy's Game Rating. With that said, you could probably only sell it on eBay for around $100 billion. All joking aside, it's a really nice find. $25 for a factory sealed Legend of Zelda, despite flaws. It's a good deal. Very impressed with Galaxy. If I lived in anywhere near the Roswell area, I would be here every weekend. Would you do 25 on both of these if I found both?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, well, I ended up getting Battletoads Double Dragon on the NES and Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics on the Super Nintendo. Two really uncommon games, and he hooked me up with a really cool combination price on both of them of $25, a couple dollars marked off, and you can't beat a deal like that.
Let me see if I have cash or not. I do.
I have cash. I can say mine was missing.
I have cash.
Oh yeah. What about him? You should be mad at him. You should be mad at him. He took that freaking 32-1 for me.
No, actually, he walked off. It's mine now.
This store, Galaxy, pretty amazing. I got the Marios missing for $4. Good deal. I picked me up a factory sealed Ocarina of Time Nintendo 64. Picked it up for $25. Pretty damn good deal in a retail setting, I must say. These are the kind of retail stores we like.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Next time I see a Battletoads Double Dragon, I'm taking it even if it has a marker on it. I'm still a little disappointed because I didn't get my Battletoads Double Dragon, especially because that game runs a little bit pricey. And bad label or not, I should have thought about it. And as Billy said, I fell for the oldest chick in the club. And every other YouTuber that was in Vegas later on that heard the story said I was stupid too. So,
you know, forget all the alien stuff, whatever. Just to go to this store would have been reason enough to stop at Roswell. So all the non-game chasers are getting kind of antsy at this point. We've done all the game chasers and putting them on the bill. Can't really get a tracing
We're gonna go check out some alien museum. Hopefully we'll find out some stuff. I just got a little creeped out talking about Graves with that old lady, whatever her name was at that store.
I'm always having this fascination with extraterrestrials, UFOs, aliens, all sort of things that stem from me watching these cheesy sci-fi movies on Saturday afternoons.
Pretty cool. A lot of pictures, but I'm so far very glad that there are no actual aliens. I mean, because that'd be kind of pretty good.
I think that something did happen at Roswell. I'm not going to say it was aliens, but it was aliens.
I don't think a crash necessarily happened. I think what happened is they were burning evidence of something.
The military said it was a flying saucer, a flying disc. It was printed in the newspaper, but then they were like, we probably shouldn't have said that. Let's change it to a weather balloon.
They must have killed somebody important, or they must have killed like a whole bunch of people, or they were hiding. Maybe it was the Atari 2600 craft that had something to do with it. I don't know. Even though it's way before the 80s.
You don't know the truth out of it. Even if it was aliens, even if it's beings, it doesn't matter. They're never, ever going to tell you the truth. Period.
Maybe something was made and they decided to burn it, and then they just threw a whole bunch of alien stuff out there, but I don't know, I could do this thing. Oh, you can figure something out.
He was in the Greek sauce. I didn't learn anything new there. I saw his pretty neat postcard there. The alien was all like kind of sitting on a rock like, I think Melville actually bought that card, and I got my Sony t-shirt, and I sent him a package. It's all stupid, all
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting hit or getting a ticket, so I'm following the rules.
Overall, Roswell as a city was pretty much a letdown. I had Roswell played up in my head as just everything is alien.
Roswell is a great place to visit. Aliens everywhere, right up my alley. But now we have to hit the road and get to Vegas because it's still a long way away.
To me, it seems like this trip is just dragged extremely long. So we're just gonna drive. I will try to find some places on my phone. It's been a long freaking drive. We are Flagstaff, Arizona, just I guess Vegas side of Flagstaff.
Nobody wanted to stop and look for games, so we're just gonna get to Vegas as quickly as possible.
I'm still a little tipped about the game situation earlier since I haven't had a chance to redeem myself. And also the sleep that I've had kind of sucks. My neck hurts.
It's been a cluster. But you know what? We're almost there. I got my 5-hour energy. Rock and roll.
Speaking of New Mexico, y'all need to do something about y'all's highways and y'all's side, like, you know, tractions, because it sucks there.
Cards on the table. I am Yakuza, and I know you work for Salvatore Leone's family. I can give you work with our organization. But first, you must prove to me that your ties with the Mafia are truly broken.
So basically, like, come around this corner over this hill, and you just see just lights. Lights everywhere.
Lights.
Check it out, dude. It was pretty amazing seeing something like that.
It's truly a unique place, and it's just so much stimulation. It's like stimulation overload.
You want to go down the strip first?
Yeah, we're staying in Biff's Pleasure Palace. It was I mean the actual casino that was used in the film Back to the Future Part 2. Biff's Pleasure Palace.
Look, he's falling asleep standing up.
I'm fucking tired as balls, dude. It's fucking 2 a.m. Nevada time. That means it's 4 a.m. Texas time.
Tomorrow's Friday. The convention doesn't start till Saturday, so tomorrow is essentially going to be some game chasing. And I can't wait to see what Vegas has to offer.
Freaking, y'all already have all the cool stuff. Chubby Cherub, Samson, all that stuff. You couldn't let me just have the Marios missing?
Actually, everyone was there except the fucking camera.
A lot of really cool.
We brought him over there.
Yeah, that's true. If anything, we worked him to buy it so I could buy this.
Everyone knows Texas is a big state. Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them. Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games. Give them a proper home in our game. Friday morning, we get up, slept in a little bit, about 10 a.m. or so, we get ready, we meet everyone downstairs. Friday is committed to nothing but sightseeing and politics.
So we're meeting a couple of YouTubers, Christian, Jordan, and a couple of our friends, and we're going to go as a big group and do some chasing.
So the guys are there. We said, what's up, hellos, hugs, hand jobs, whatever.
Meeting Billy and Jay is like meeting two adult children.
We decided that we're going to go to Pawn Stars.
As a whole, I despise reality television. It's garbage.
Billy's not a fan of reality television. I don't know. Honestly, I like it. I watch Pawn Stars. I'm going to accept this person. Go to Pawn Stars. Kind of disappointed. Wasn't that good? Not the person's a good shot.
It's actually a box for $500.
I'm talking over to one of the folks there at the store, and I'm like, hey, the Retro Bowl is in 5 minutes. Is that the best y'all can do? And he talked to me about it, and he goes, well, it was on a show, and anything that's been on the show, that's the price doesn't matter. Virtual Boy, $500. That being said, it was still really cool to come into a place that I watch on television.
So we're all walking, all of a sudden I see I look up the Samco Pawn Shop. I bolt too.
We go in there, we ask if they have any games, and she busts out a Sega Genesis with a good number of games.
Unfortunately, I have everything here in this spot, so I'm out. Kristen is wanting a Sega Genesis, so I'm like, yo, Kristen, come check this out, dude. She got Genesis, some games and whatnot.
Mortal Kombat 2, give me some Brotherhood, Mortal Kombat 3, and Mortal Kombat. There's a bunch of loose parts of the games too. 2 controllers as well. How much for that? $20. Also like 3 controllers, 2 controllers. $20 for the whole lot, man. I'm excited to get it. I'm excited to get this. Time to retro game again.
There happened to be a Beavis and Butthead box in there that Eric wanted.
I'll buy Beavis and Butthead for $3 for me. $3? No, you'll buy it from me for $3.
I'll buy it.
You want it?
Yeah. I want it, but I'll buy it.
Sell it to me.
Let's start business out of here.
There you go. Take that and $3. Show us the money first.
$30. Do you have change?
No, I don't got change. I'm broke, man. Not $1 off.
Got change for 100?
Let's see the cash. 3 out of 5. I'm broke.
So we sold the game for $3. We paid $17 for the lot. Not a bad game system. Not a bad game system. Not a bad game chasing technique.
Beavis and Butthead, it's a game I didn't have on the Genesis, and it's boxed. It's not a loose Sega Genesis game, so that's already a good thing. And I think it's one of the best games. I think it's better than the Super Nintendo Beavis and Butthead. I'll tell you that much.
So I'm excited to get back into retro gaming again. I'm excited. And yeah, I've been playing too many new school games, so I gotta go. That's why I'm going to classic game next week. So I'm excited.
Seeing some of the younger guys, like Joe, like Christian, getting into retro games. And it's great. I love that.
Jay,
whatever you got.
Jay, tell Billy I didn't get caught slipping on that. I said no, I have most of those games. I don't want it.
Yeah, no, you didn't buy it because you had mustard. That's why I didn't buy it. So we passed it.
See, he's trying to say we got caught slipping by a freaking Italian gamer.
We bought him over there.
Yeah,
that is true.
If anything, we worked him to buy it so I could buy this.
Oh, thanks. He used my ass.
We'll change sides.
Welcome to the show. Yeah. I see how these guys are.
No, you got a good deal regardless.
You're the only one who game chased. That is true. That is true. That is true.
Essentially, what that means is that retro is never going to die. They have Transformers, they got Star Wars, they got G.I. Joe.
Nice.
Honestly, one of the stores that I really wanted to go to was the toy store run by one of the guys who goes to pawn shops and then actually on a show.
Walking into this place was like freaking toy heaven. It's like it opened up. It's like
it's freaking amazing. Honestly, probably the best toy store that I've ever stepped foot in.
I have the biggest nerd
See that bad boy? $180. But I remember this from way back. The Game Gear sucked batteries like nothing in the world. It required 6 AA's, I think, and it only lasted like 3 hours.
The store's got things priced. You know, they got them priced. But regardless, the store is awesome, and I mean, you know, it's cool. Trust me,
You got a gizmo, huh?
I think Jordan has a man crush on Billy. He bought him a $30 plus.
You know not to feed him after midnight, right? Not just chicken, but everything.
I don't know.
No, I don't think you know this because you don't seem too convinced about it.
I know this. I'm not feeding these yours.
You don't feed him after midnight. You guys, seriously, you got this from me.
Yeah. What? What did I get? At least buy me a little pony. I'm a brony.
You're not a brony, you're a phony.
Ah! That's my stuff.
Oh, dude, that's freaking awesome. When I was dropping hints earlier, I didn't really mean it.
No, I just saw it.
Wait a second, you bought that for him?
Yeah. Where's Malbore's love? He's gonna. I'm gonna get him. Hey, all I gotta say is the Wizard of Oz party is freaking hot.
No, I'm not jelly. Don't say jelly. All these little stupid jelly and hurt dirt and don't come at me about that. It's so stupid.
A lot of time, just a cool gift. He's big into the Gremlins film.
Hurt dirt. Little hurt dirt. Back in my day, it was one syllable and the hand was ooh. That's all it was. Hurt dirt.
Alright, guys. Yeah, definitely. You want to trophy? We're getting all y'all. We're going to use it. We're going to get fast.
We're doing a little bit of sightseeing tonight with the family and friends. But tomorrow the convention starts. Everything's changed my focus. Hope to find me some deals.
I'm looking forward to wasting my money, and we'll see what happens. Till then, I gotta share a bed with Malbore.
Rise and shine Saturday morning. Time to get our badges, head on into the convention.
So we hit the floor. I mean, why are we here? To find video games, right? Let's go see what we can find.
This is my second time attending. The show floor was bigger than last time. There were a lot of good vendors.
There's so many games here. There's so many dealers. It's just freaking cool.
There's a box of Gremlins sealed for $30, and I thought about it. I thought that would have been fun to get it just for Billy wouldn't have it. Where's the group? I don't know how to read Japanese, but it's badass.
Well, on the floor, man, I've seen some pretty good deals around here. Seen some pretty good stuff. You know, you don't want to jump at the first thing you see. Not yet. Come across this little corner booth right here, and all the retro TV guys are huddled around something, looking a little shady, if you will.
So we're at this booth where Chris Kohler of Wired Magazine is selling his games, and you know, he's got some really good stuff. And I'm a really fan of Chris Kohler, you know, so I'm just kind of starstruck. He was all,
Hear ye, come forth one all to see upon my delicious wares.
You know, people from San Francisco talk. And he's like, oh, what do you got there? You know, I want to be part of something too. I gotta see what the fuss is all about.
in addition to all the good games that he's got a boxed copy of Custer's Revenge.
Custer's Revenge is an adult horror game starring George Custer and a female Native American.
Everybody knows the fucking cars on this side of town or what?
Classic Gaming Expo, besides all the other crap I brought, I got a copy of Custer's Revenge, which had the top kind of torn off a bit and had no manual, but the cartridge inside was good, so I was thinking I had like $45 on it.
So the guy's got the Custer's Revenge mark at $45.
I'm not interested. Although it is a fairly good deal.
He's looking at the game and I'm thinking, this is Chris Kohler. He's going to put the haggling aside. You know, Chris Kohler is actually famous. So I figured
Jay's not gonna. He's just gonna pony up the cash and just get whatever. He's gonna pay whatever Chris is asking. But no, that's not how game chasing goes. That's not how Jay do.
So of course, time to play. Let's make a deal.
So Jay just starts haggling with him. I'm getting nervous because I'm just like, if it was me, I'd be like, "Thank you, sir, for selling me this game. I appreciate it."
And I asked the dude, "Hey, what do you come down to?" And he says, "What are you offering?" And I give him the whole, I don't want to insult you line or whatnot. And of course, he says, "You want to insult me?" And I give my price, and I insulted him, of course.
Now, I know these guys. I've seen their show. I know how they operate. So Jay comes up to me, and he tells me, I swear to God this happened, he offers $15 for it.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous, and he knew he wasn't going to do it. And yes, I know he already had a good price on it, but I'm cheap. I still want a cheap over.
I told him, okay, 50. And he said, what? And I said, 50. He said, as you go down, I'm going to go up.
He says 50. I'm like, dude, you went up. He's like, well, you went to 15.
I think we recognize each other as kindred spirits and inveterate bargainers and people who can never pay retail for anything. So Jay and I settled on a price of 35 for customer event.
I was like, 35, let's go. Let's go, Johnny. I don't have a catches revenge.
When I saw those guys rolling over, I knew I was in for a treat. I knew I was in for a good time. I'm glad that we were able to make a deal.
I think Jay got a really good deal. Although I think he's very sick in the head for purchasing.
Right now, you guys are probably watching a cartoon. Some stupid ass in our camp lost the memory card that this whole deal was on.
I don't even know what I'm doing here. The footage of me at CGU 2012 was lost. So
someone lost the memory card. So we have lost footage in this episode. So you can probably see a lot of cartoons right now. It's gone. It's gone. There's nowhere to be found. As much as I would love to blame the cameraman for this, I can't. It was Billy.
I did not lose that SD card.
Billy lost the memory card with his stupid blonde Bigfoot hands. For some reason, I know what the reason was. He was changing out memory cards, and he misplaced them. He set it down on the table, or lost it in the hotel room, or lost it trying to get in the Pat's pants or something. But Billy lost the memory card. That's who lost the memory card. I'm positive about that. You think I lost it? Yeah, you think I'm gonna pick up the camera? You're not fucking lazy I am. Huh? I've never touched the memory card. Really, you got jokes? You lose a memory card and you come at me with both jokes. I think a memory card's a crisp. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, there's two explanations. Melville lost it because he was
Who the hell steals an SD card of some dudes buying video games at a classic gaming convention?
I didn't steal the SD card. Why would I steal it? It was the only SD card that had footage of me on it.
I couldn't have stolen the SD card. I was too busy enjoying Vegas.
You gotta think, it's always gonna be the person that you least expect. Someone unsuspecting, relatively mild-mannered. The SD card? Yeah, I took that. I mean, I just knew that games recently use that for more easy back footage with their shirts off. We want to see more of that.
It's gotta be on Game Chasers. Like, this was my moment. I was going to, finally skyrocket into fame, being on the best show out there. And then the card was lost. And so now this is all I have.
Someone misplaced a SD card, so a lot of information was lost. But one of the things that was found there, and I have witnesses to this, is...
I am positive I did not lose this thing. Billy switched it out at one point, and it's possible it could have been lost then. Billy was also doing some editing one night, but I'm positive it wasn't me. There's no way.
If y'all don't believe me, ask Pat, Rue, Norm,
Oil up and hit the gym.
Who else was there? Eric. Yeah, actually everyone was there except for fucking camera.
It absolutely, totally happened. Even though there's no evidence whatsoever to prove this, I Scout's honor, I'm not a Boy Scout, but I figure that this is okay to do. It totally happened.
Are y'all catching each other slipping? So I've come to this one vendor. I really like his booth. He has a lot of really cool stuff. I just thought it was just always slipping. Because a long time with a girl. Loose it goes more than 25. I immediately see a game that I've been on the lookout for. Oil up and hit the window.
Damn right I would.
All this for $25 is an insane draw.
I can wait. I got the power. Watch it go by.
Would you get off? What are you doing, Eric? Quit touching my...
I touched your ass. Go in the bathroom, take off their pants, and just walk around with their bare asses hanging out the back of the gown. Go to the bed.
He has no feeling sensations in his part, apparently.
Eric wants to get spanked. I say let's spank him.
Everyone knows Texas is a big state. Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them.
Join us on our epic quest to search for retro games.
And give them a proper home in our game.
Are y'all catching each other slipping?
Yeah. I've slipped at least 5 or 6 times.
So I'm coming to this one vendor. I really like his booth. He has a lot of really cool stuff that you don't see a lot. And I immediately see a game that I've been on the lookout for. Shadowrun on Super Nintendo. This game has recently just gone up in price because of the announcement of a sequel. It's been a game that I've wanted for a while now. I've never really seen it out and about. $25. I immediately at this point know that I'm going to be purchasing this particular game. So I'm looking through his TurboGrafx games. You see a game called Bloody Wolf. It's got the jewel case. Looks good. I've seen reviews on it. It looks like a really good game. And I want to get it. It's $10, so I'm going to try and bundle this out.
I gotta go back there. They're trying to catch me slipping.
So many games I'd love to get, but I have to narrow it down to just a few here right now. I pull out Thunder Force 2, complete in box. It wants $5. So I got the 3 games here. I'm going to slam on the brakes right now and try to get these things bundled together. As I'm thinking that to myself, I hear somebody beside me go, hey, love the show. And I'm looking at he's got a stack of games. He goes, I'm going to try to get these bundled up. If you want, throw your games in my stack, and we'll both get a better deal.
He wants 10, 25 on this. I think I'm going to try to get him down to 30 on. So he's giving me 25, I'll take that away.
Okay. At this point, I'm like,
I appreciate that. Oh, I got that. I think you know what you're doing. Probably a little better than we do.
That was really cool for him to do that.
What did you get the Hundred Dragon Sonic for? 200. That's still a good deal.
like a big lunacy.
Yes.
It's a big lunacy in that platoon.
Oh, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, Air Force Shields.
Air Force Shields. All right, man. Dude, thanks a lot, man. All right. We'll do the robot with us? I got one pair.
It's time to go. Enjoy the game.
Oh man, thanks a lot.
I knew we were going to pack the deal. So I knew we were going to
Hell yeah. I will. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye. Take care, man. These guys hooked me up with the package deal with all their stuff. I ended up getting basically Bloody Wolf and Thunder Force 2 on the Sega Genesis and Turbo F-16 for free. So all this for $25 is an insane deal. I think we have something in the lost footage that unfortunately you might never ever see me pick up again on this show. I picked me up a couple of King's Quest games on the PC.
Override it.
I don't collect for PC. I do, however, have some childhood memories with those games. Those were